Okay, so we're just about ready to get started. Let's talk about the game plan for today. We're gonna do a check in the chat to see who is ready to play some PSO. So if you are here and you would love to PSO, let's talk about the things we could be doing. So I'm waiting a little bit before I switch over to the Ramarl party things. In fact, I'm just waiting maybe as early as just 4 more minutes. But essentially, it's going to hit even beat. It's going to be all zeros on the servers. Or, welcome, CalVitium. Going to hit all zeros on the server, meaning that Ramarls are absolutely free, god-destroying machines in Episode 4. And HBR4 is really, really, really nice for rares. So depending on who's available, I'll either play as that ranger, or I would even loan my mag and my weapon so somebody could be that ranger. Like, it is that good, chat. I don't care. Like, it is absolutely worth running. So if we don't get enough people that have Ramarls, I would say our backup plan is just a mix of 1 and 4 HBR. They've been treating us so good. CalVitium can testify. V101s, V501s, ridiculous buffs. HellCleave, 3, count 'em, chat, 3 V101s. Somehow we didn't get Excalibur. I'm actually surprised by that one, that nobody managed to roll the Excalibur despite the HBR ones we were doing. But who knows, maybe it'll happen on this stream. So as a reminder, HBR this week is a combination of drop rate and rare rate. So I'm adding 20%, CalVitium's adding at least 11% to drop rate. So just the two of us alone, already capping any enemy that has a base drop rate of 80%. If they're slightly lower, they only benefit from more people. So for example, the Sinnoh Blues have about a 60% drop rate. So adding 150% to that means that you're only rolling against the rare odds of the item, and it's rare week, which is already 25% better. So this is the time that you should really be putting in the work. Now, we will still build up some general HBRs in order to take advantage of when it goes to pure drop rate increase. Those benefit mostly the uber rares or things like Cannon Rouge. Chat, I really want Cannon Rouge, no joke. So depending on who's here, we'll just continue. So far I only see CalVitium. We'll let other people trickle in, but do not be shy. We have open slots today. So what are you feeling, CalVitium? If I end up playing my Ramarl, we could chance a purple run. I mean, Ramarl by herself carries all of episode 4. True story. If you haven't seen it yet, chat, not an exaggeration, it is the most broken thing ever. But otherwise, we could do purple, which is more Yashminikovs, which is a reminder, the drop rate for Gorons is 30%. We're adding by ourselves almost 30% on top of that, so it's more like a 40% drop rate. Again, the more people, it's good. CalVitium says anything? Well, I guess I could make a game first. And then if you want to just do Dorfon... Well, Dorfon's only 80%. We'll save Dorfon for another time. Well, I mean, I guess we could still do Sky runs, I guess, in theory. I think purple's a little better if it's between those two IDs. Yeah, we can already get our other things. Getting potentially a Smart Link from Zoo by getting our combined totals at 30%, I think is pretty solid. Anyway, I think I stalled enough time. Let's pause the soundtrack to the previous game. But do not feel shy to join in, even if you have no HBR. I don't want you to feel like it's a disqualifier for you, for people that might be watching. It is really easy for us to give you at least 5%. Especially if we end up with at least one other person. Episode 2 runs are not too bad unless you get tower, then you can cry. Then it's bad. then it's actually just terrible. But anyway, CalVitium has somehow warded away every tower run. When I'm offline or / playing solo, I think I've had 5 tower runs. CalVitium has done, I think, 6 on stream and 0 tower. I want his luck, chat. We're gonna funnel it into something, channel it, sell it. Be all good. We just make sure everything is looking okay here. I think this is fine. So hopefully now that it is exactly 7 o'clock, we are good to go with some Ramarl party. That is just bonkers damage, chat. I mean, the worst thing that happens is we could go for the rare boss. I don't expect it, but Heavenly Ability, Dragon Scale, and Heaven Striker for just clearing potentially HBR. I'm kind of okay with any of those. On top of that, I'll get V801 chances. We'll get more potential boss weapons for TheCalvitium. Possibly a Yashminikov with hit. I think you would be interested in that as an example. Oh, it's the even beat. Here it comes, chat. The stalling worked. Let's go ahead and make a game. We'll call it Ziggy Xrd. Anybody lurking that wants to join in, you have about a minute to join. I do not want to wait very long on Ramarl Party. It fluctuates whether or not we get to enjoy it. So we gotta be on it today. So I'm gonna check my items. You have until I reach this counter. Just say a message in chat, not join. Just say a message in chat, and I will wait for you. But otherwise, this Heaven Striker is going to be putting in the work and destroying everything. Got my Striker unit equipped. Not at max synchro, we'll fix that later. We're going to double check our items real quick, looking good. And we're just waiting on TheCalvitium, I think, at this point. Love the giant Easter eggs. I didn't really comment upon it last time we were playing Easter events, but quite something. Anyway, we got our... Honestly, I don't even need this many guns. No worries, HellCleave. Welcome there. He right there was making the Jizai. TheCalvitium's like, oh, just casual. Yeah, I was just given like a 20-hit Shurin the other stream and a Gurren. I just make a Jizai. It's fine. It happens. HBR. Right, chat? Just get everything you need. It's fine. So we'll wait a minute or so. But, oh boy. I'm tempted to take HellCleave up on an offer. Yeah, V101, V501, Jizai. TheCalvitium living large on the HBR today. And possibly all days in the future. Just never cease to profit. It's fine. Always winning. So I might not level. I guess it really depends on where it goes. I've seen myself get like 172,000 XP in the quest. I think sometimes 168. I'm not sure if it could go lower than that, but we'll see where it goes. So I feel bad, but let's take a look at our HBRs. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. Unless HellCleave is like literally a minute away, then we'll restart for HellCleave. But let's get a little taste at least of the maximum attack. Mm, 136% drop rate. That is super good. So we're capping the Zoos right now and the Girdabulus for people that are curious about the rares. So you just strike off the drop rate, it might as well as not exist. Moving ranger stuff around. Oh, we'll restart for you, HellCleave. If you're bringing another Ramarl, oh, that is so much faster than if we complete the quest. But we'll showcase what the chat is going to be seeing for possibly the next, say, hour and a half. This gun is very silly. Anyway, if you're wondering when I choose not to use the gun, that is a trick question. I always use the gun. I even use it on the boss. I use it on Dorfon. I use it on Zoo. I use it on Satellite Lizard. Sometimes I don't use the laser special. That's where the mix-up comes in. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing a lot of laser. What a gun. So yeah, as I said before, if somebody has a Ramarl but not the gear, I am very happy to loan this for the duration of the hour or so that this is up. I'll play a force. Not going to contribute a lot of damage, but I'll be able to pick a better ID. That's the main takeaway. So purple's not bad to do runs in. I think our preferred IDs for this particular HBR are, I guess in order, red, because we want Cannon Rouge. Green, B101, we've gotten a few from that already. Viridian's okay. I mean, we don't really care about rare enemy, but it is a limiter one. Pink is also pretty solid. But yeah, I think right now it's just red. Getting Heaven Striker and Cannon Rouge from normal enemy drops, when they normally have about a 35% chance of dropping from Babuda, aka Mr. Firehands, the enemy here. is kind of big with HBR. It makes them almost consistent. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a Cannon Rouge drop, honestly, when we were playing earlier. But this is like one of the best times to play. I think it technically is better to play during drop rate up, but we're doing both, so we're doubling down. I will eventually, chat, get another Cannon Rouge. But with like actual... Oh, I got baited by the laser game, my bad. You go this way. Tiggy says you could join in after this Respective Tomorrow run finishes. Ooh. Respective Tomorrow. I feel so bad for you, Tiggy. Listen, at some point I will help you with those. I will take pity on you and come in with like my 180 Ranger with V502 and delete all those enemies. But unfortunately not during this event. Absolutely not during this event. It is so good, Tiggy. I cannot understate how good it is to do anything other than PTF Respective Tomorrow. Okay, so here's our first chance at V801. Oh, I got knocked down by Dwarfon. That's kind of annoying. I'm gonna die mate there so I don't have to stop attacking. Alright, first chance at V801 failed. That's fine. Goodbye, Dwarfon. Yeah, Respective Tomorrow's like one of those perfect downtime quests. I can see why you're running it for a rare week, but man, this HBR is just so powerful. I think what makes this one kind of unfair, I would say, to the other ones, is that the Xrd 1 in particular makes it really easy to get a lot of ruins and mines chances. So even though it like randomizes the area it chooses, if it skips anything, it's always going to have to at least give you either mines or ruins. And if it skips too far, then it gives both. I got a Divine Protection. Whatever. I don't know if those even sell for anything. I would give them away. I don't really care. Yeah, just... Ooh. In fact, Tiggy, we're going to be using it for Psycho Wand runs. No joke. I'm playing a non-Lily Psycho Wand run while this event is up. I believe that strongly in how good that is. Yeah, when that drop rate goes up 25%, as long as it stacks with HBR, we're good. Hello, Broccoli Dave. Seen a few of the VODs, glad to catch you live. Well, welcome to the stream. Saw you followed, I think, a few days ago, if I recall correctly. But welcome, welcome. We are abusing power of Heaven Striker. Although, I'm going to put a couple fireballs down. I don't feel like getting hit by double Dwarfon here. A little rude. So here's an example of where I will briefly swap weapons. Oh, Calvitium with the paralysis. This will make my job easier. Game, please. Game, did I fail every single 3/4 chance? Why? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway. I mean, I did the right thing. They were paralyzed. I switched to demons. 7 shots whiff. Do the odds, chat. I mean, I did 93% chance of missing on the middle one. So it's possible I got a legit miss. But like 180 plus on the final special just means I whiffed it every time I completed an attack loop. So I whiffed at least 3 of those on top of every other one that whipped. I don't know why I tried to stop that with Spread Needle. Anyway, back to Heaven Striker. Yeah, I mean, if Calvitium's gonna paralyze, I might as well try to take advantage of that accuracy. So many awesome weapons haven't been this far in the game yet. Ooh, interesting. So you just picked up in PSO in general? Are you playing Ephinea out of curiosity? Unfortunately, this is an event, so I cannot offer to level you during the event since it's literally a tight time window. But I will say, if you are playing in May, I can shortlist you for leveling. Because we're going to level a ranger, or not a ranger, we're going to level a force with me at some point. Nice, nice. I guess the right thing should be here. Used to do co-op with your buddy back in the GameCube days. Nice, nice. I started with GameCube as well. Game, please. Alright, that was better odds. Those were better odds. I'm going to try to respond. Try to get the eggs while we can. Getting unlucky. Well, anyway, time to laser. So, out of curiosity, Broccoli Dave, what character are you using in Ephinea? Or is that also a trick question? You're like, no, I got 5. Spot all this stuff for my Dreamcast to play online. Found out Blue first, and I was like, yeah, nah. I really like the quality of life differences with Ephinea, especially since you can have add-ons. I know for some people it's a lot of info. For me, I just occasionally glance at them. Item reader, map updates, like being able to see the colors, crucial. Yeah, I'm not investigating every green box ever just to see if it's a tech. Yeah, no thanks. There are just things I will not miss. Let it be banished forever to the older versions. Big Ranger fan. Nice, nice. Went Raw Casil for some reason. I have a soft spot for the Raw Casil. Honestly, she's still probably one of my favorite Rangers, even if she's not meta, quote-unquote. I fully respect that. I think she might be one of my highest level. I don't think she is anymore, because we've been playing a lot of Ramarl. We're pretty close. TiggySRK at 100. Oh, I don't build a lot of meter with laser gun. You like the style? They are quite something. Okay, if I missed the demons on that one, I was gonna lose my mind. You want to learn Force? Well, I have good news for you. We do play Force a lot. You'll see Force as soon as the timer in the bottom right of the corner where it says 008, as soon as that becomes 100, you will see the Ramarl disappear and won't be playing her anymore. Because unfortunately, I cannot use the gun that you're seeing here during odd beats. It no longer lasers. But hey, event egg, we'll take that. This laser gun is so ridiculously good. It scales off at MST. A lot of the VODs, I was the Force. Yep, I do play a lot of Force. But I promise you, I started Ranger. My first character that I start almost every server on is a Ramarl, because he needs the least amount of items to hit and also do damage. Then when I'm serious about ultimate, I level up a Ramarl. And I take all of the mags that he was able to make from being a Ramarl and just shortcut the Ramarl. So I skip all of her early pains and enjoy the shifted deban 20 life. Going through like hard mode. Oh yeah, sharing items is so good. Oh, why can't I target the other ones? It's cheating. They're cheating. Between characters, yeah, the slash bank, one of the most used commands I think on the stream. You know what, we'll debuff them for TheCalvitium. Give him a little break there. So just let us know, HellCleave. We will restart for you. Just letting you know. Unless we're on literally the final area that we'll complete. We're only about halfway into area 2, or we're not even halfway in the quest. And 3 is always better than 2. Let's go ahead and shoot some lasers. Ooh, hit there. So, okay, go ahead and finish it. No problem, HellCleave, gotcha. I feel bad for asking you to run episode 2 Xrd, but I'll probably ask after we're done with the episode 4 galore. I feel like I'm taking advantage of you, which, to be fair, you have Hell Needle. It makes it a very easy question to ask if you want to do episode 2. But hey, at least I got a V502. I can sort of hold my own depending on the character. Or I can loan my V502 to TheCalvitium here, who's playing the Rawcast. Yeah, from the standpoint of the Rangers, you'll see me do a lot of Rock Casil TTF runs. You have a V502 for every Ranger, extra run and share for other characters so it can run it. Nice, nice. Yeah, we were talking in the Discord about... Ooh, let's focus on Dorphons for a second. No invincibility. Downside of this mag, I just get Resta. Not as powerful. Game, please. So all roll our eyes. The demons failed again. Game, please. There we go. So anyway, the Rock Casil I do enjoy for solo play. This is indeed episode 4. So it's not super recommended to play cast into it unless you have like really specific items. But Ramarl with Heaven Striker, kind of unfair. I like cast as long as you're playing multiplayer, but this is definitely the Forces world. Like, the Force does not try at all while playing this particular thing. That's not my, striker. It's easy, my demon always fails me too. Yeah. I think that was 5 whiffs in a row of the 3/4 chance while the enemy is paralyzed. Like, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad, given I'm at max ATA and Ranger Wall. There's no excuse. I should not be missing these outside of bad kill procs. Yeah, episode 4 is quite nice. The XP in it, if you haven't seen it before, Broccoli Dave, busted. Like, think of whatever your favorite quest is in episode 1 and 2. If you didn't name TTF, it's probably a half or a third of the experience. So, no joke, you playing on normal, episode 4 will probably give you more XP than hard mode of the other episodes. Just as an FYI. It is quite silly. If you haven't seen the power leveling of Force video, I recommend you check it out. We abuse basically every possible way to empower our character. And we hit level 80 in like 3 hours real time. No blast. Not yet. Don't need it yet. Yeah. Yeah, I think the first one we did was like technically a 4-hour video, but I didn't start it until like an hour in. Like, we legitimately made the character on the stream and then hit 80 on the same stream. Yeah, it's all about having, I would say the right mags, and then the right units, so that you could use the better weapons sooner. Getting something like a spread needle is game-changing on the Ranger. Once you have that, it's just basically GG. Also, Shaun, I gave up on demons. Like, I could land it here, I'll acknowledge it, but it wasn't treating me well. Anyway, I guess we'll Mag Blast, so I will say using twins. Unfortunately, the gun does not benefit from strength up, but we should probably empower Calvitium for some damage. Doesn't hurt. On and off, of course, yeah. Pretty much as soon as this event is over, we're gonna take another faux Newman, I think, from level 1 to level 80. We'll make it a special event. I want to see if we could beat our other time. I think the last time we played, it was under 3 hours in game time. And that was with only having 3 people a majority of the time instead of 4. So, easy improvement. Easy improvement potential. Yeah, exactly. In particular, now that we have all these Ramarls. Yeah, like, honestly, I'm kind of thinking Ramarl might be the new strat. Like, don't bother with more than 1 faux Newman. In addition, like 2 faux Newman, 2 Ramarls, and they basically, you have the Gaboe stacks, and then you have the raw laser DPS that can't be contested at all. That's what I'm thinking next time. Oh yeah, if we start on even beat, yeah, that would be some extra cheese. Or try to time even beat when I'm in hard mode, so we get all the streams set up before then. We're like 15 minutes, we gotta go fast. Yeah, if we get even beat that entire level from like 40 to 80, that would just be basically GG. I don't see how it could be outsped, to be honest. Oh, silly satellite lizards, I don't care about your gimmick. Oh yeah, that's the special of the Heaven Striker. The Broccoli Dave, we have something called a Striker unit, which we got from using an item called the Heaven Striker Coat, which we acquired in very hard mode. You make a mag that when it's an even beat, and you're holding this gun, the Heaven Striker, it casts Divine Punishment, which is based off your MST. So the more MST you have, the better it scales, but it requires a lot of MST. So Rock Conceal, unfortunately, really bad at it, but pretty good on Ramarl. Pretty good on Ramarl. I'm sorry, is that a Gazan level 29? I think I'll just go casually pick that up. Don't mind me, chat, just getting free upgrades. Okay. So several Vices have dropped, but unfortunately not with any hit. Exactly. In fact, we should be rocking the Heavenly Mind. If I'm not, I'll switch back into it. I am. Okay, good. So I can still do more damage. I'm about, I think, 100 MST from cap. Ooh, Calvitia needing to heal. Moonbeam is doing crazy damage. Yeah, we could probably break it up. We could probably get it above 300 pretty easy. If I had been doing slightly different stats. So that would mean less than 10 casts to kill most of these enemies. So just imagine 3 Ramarls doing 900 damage every shot, 2700 combined damage. A little silly. Love for friend Calvision here. Need to make sure I don't get wombo combo by Goron Detonator. I do want that. I do want that. Stop. Stop. No! Am I out of inventory space? Is that what's happening? Why can't I pick that up? Oh, I picked up a Monomate. Ew, get out of here. I don't need that. How many targets does it hit? I have never actually tested max targets. I'm assuming at least 10. I'm gonna put it as a big question mark. The only time I've seen it get close to hitting that number is when you've destroyed boxes in episode 4. So it's at probably at least 12, actually. Maybe 15. It is quite ridiculous. 3/4 chance, please. Did you fail twice in a row? Oh no, Calvision getting bodied. Wiki says 10? Oh, interesting. I would have thought it was 12 more, but sure. Again, it's not something you'll normally hit unless you're playing like Pharrell Digo or like Rescue from Murgle. Yeah, poor Calvision. The set damage is very high. Hopefully he's not out of healing items. Reading the wiki on Divine Punishment since you never use that special. I forget the exact damage formula. Is it 1 damage for every 5 MST? Is that what it is? Or no, it might be 1 for every 2, but due to resistances, it feels like every 1 in every 5. Might be every 2 equals damage. Just that they have ridiculous light resist. 2.5, thank you. That's close. Unfortunately, these Marissas are the party pooper enemies. I can't use my favorite gun on them because they have such high light resist. I don't know why they have such high light resist, but they're the only real threat to me this entire run. Anyway, let's go back to sniping. Yeah, I think we were comparing the time it takes for you to shoot 3 of these is about how long it takes to cast a Rabarda. So it just completely out damages most spells, unfortunately, from the forces. And it can hit just as many targets. Now the downside, of course, is if you fight these stupid enemies. Let's clear up the waves a little bit. They're not as bad if you have like 2 or 3 Ramarls, then the resistance doesn't matter as much, but it can be a little annoying. Yeah, super recommended. I think people go for the rare blue gun. I'm sure chat remembers the name. I'm blanking on names today. And Ultimate Forest, you do blue for it specifically to get it. They use that gun sometimes to get the Divine Punishment because it doesn't require the mag. With OE29, that's actually a really good drop, Calvision. People would want that, I'll put it that way. I don't really need these though, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll showcase. It's got like somewhere range-wise between pistol and laser. Or laser. Laser's the name of the sniper, but between pistol and sniper. So it's not bad. Sometimes it can feel a little wonky. Just because there's not a really good visual cue to see the difference. Unfortunately, your normal... Oh, rare Rappy? That's random. I mean, I would have preferred other rare enemies like Zoo, but that's fine. Take it, I guess. Also, unfortunately for rare Rappy, it's weak to the gun, so its extra health doesn't really help it that much. Really help it. Goron Detonators also have less light resistance than most enemies here, so their extra health totals don't really help them. Getting bullied a little bit. Let's debuff them. Rolling my eyes. Alright, Calvition, I think you need a Frozen Shooter. I don't think you could seize them from this distance. I'm gonna switch to Frozen Shooter as well. I am tired of getting hit. Heavenly Luck? That's not bad. Head up. Game, please. Why am I moving weird? Roller, you feeling okay? Unplug it real quick. Okay, I'm no longer spinning. I wasn't doing that on purpose, by the way, chat. I'm like, why am I rotating? I don't understand. Oh my gosh, I keep getting sniped by them. That is the worst feeling. There we go. So unfortunately, we needed like one more person here to deal with these. And my accuracy against them is also not great. Oh well, let's go back to this. No. No, what am I stuck on? What was I stuck on? Hitboxes, please. Right, chat? I'm like, how did I not fit in that gap? That's crazy. Get rid of this. We're good, though. The nice thing about this character is I don't need to use Shift to D-Band ever, except to keep up Calvitiums. I don't really care if they kill me, quote-unquote. Fine. It's based off of my MST, which doesn't scale on anything. So if you are a low-level ranger, it also doesn't really matter. Take that. We take that. Guess I could go to my materials that are over here. Take the power material. Ignore the other trash. Heaven Punisher, thank you, chat. I always get them confused because they're so similar in name. I do that with other items as well. I didn't want to call it the wrong thing. Let's back up slightly. We're going to showcase the power of the gun right here. But not a single enemy will teleport, which is their normal punishment for gun. And instead, I just kind of laser them for free. Although Calvitium bringing the Goron over to me. A little scary. Yeah, the DPS. Yeah, they're punishing Calvitium for not freezing them. If you're wondering why they're moving so much, they are there to purposely annoy rangers. But Frozen Shooter ignores that. Or you could try to seize them. I guess it's not bad, but if you whip the seize, it feels super bad. Then they teleport and they punish you. Also. Alright, let's reapply Shifta. Get started. The debuff going. Nice. Show the raw power. The triple hit. Oh yeah, the Girdabulu will pull you in and mess with your movement. So technically you can move and shoot while that's active. Man, I have so many items. I think I'm just gonna junk this Divine Protection. Honestly, I don't really need it. And also I picked up a Vice at some point with no hit percentage. Don't want that either. Guess we'll go for the minute. Oh. We'll wait for Calvitium. I do have Mag Blast, by the way, Calvitium, if you want it. There we go, nice and simple. So the goal here is to just kind of cruise through, see what happens. The more the merrier, as it were. Yeah, Broccoli Dave, we usually play on XP weeks, even if I'm taking a break from the game. Just because of the fact that it can help people get ready for big events like Easter, we are currently in the middle of. This will be a Quadra Goron rune into Marissa, which I don't like. This is going to be one of my weakest runes as Ramarl. Unless there's two Ramarls, then there's no problem. But I'm going to rely on Calvitium here to freeze trap. If he doesn't, it's going to be really, really sad. We're going to get destroyed. I could stun a few of them. Okay, I killed a few. We're going to wiggle out. We're going to bring out our boss weapon, because I had enough of them. Okay, you froze me like a big idiot. No, no, no. No back attack, only parach. There we go. Anyway, back to the gun. So yeah, we're gonna be using this weapon to cheese the boss. Chilling in lobby for next run. We are pretty close, Tiggy. We just gotta get through, I think, a couple of rooms, and we're good to go. Are we gonna do my manip? My favorite manip? Let's go for it. Yeah, there we go. I love the chat. You could force the Zeus to triple dive bomb there. Every time I do it, it makes me smile. Because you do not want them hanging back and lasering. It is such a big waste of time when it happens. You know what's unfair about that group of enemies, chat? They're just so beautifully laserable. It sounds like Tiggy and HellCleave will be popping into the next run. And depending on the IDs of the people, we will choose a color. If somebody has red ID, I would really vastly prefer that as the maker of the games. Okay, I'm gonna debuff. I'm gonna heal. No, I'm getting stun lock. Bad stun lock. Hello, Gray. Hope you're doing well. How's the run? A little rough. Episode 4 can be a little mean sometimes for just 2 people, but otherwise, had a good time. Where is this? Oh, it's in the wall. Of course. Silly me. Where else would the bird be? Not in the room, obviously. That would make too much sense. Do loot drops depend on the host? Indeed they do, Broccoli Dave. So, I've made the game as purple ID, so it'll be purple for everybody. We have the share... Oh, we have separate loot, I meant to say. It's not like classic PSO. So, whoever makes the game is the controller. They changed it 2 years ago, so you couldn't just make the game swap and then the game stayed the same ID. People were doing that to just purposely use all of their favorite characters, but not actually have to play as them simultaneously. They're like, oh yeah, I just got a force that's level 1, you know, or level 80 that could just make any game, and then I could just play the one I want. What happened now? Being buffered for a bit, heard you say, hope I'm doing well. Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think that's on my side, I don't see any drop frames. But hope you are doing well. Goodbye, lizards. Yeah, looks like we got Tiggy and HellCleave looking to join in. So we'll do a couple 4s until basically that clock hits 100. And we're gonna do a lot of episode 1 and 2. Is that a huge patch for another game start? Which game, Gray? Is it Resident Evil 4? Or has that patch already happened? I was just trying to guess things that you might play based off of availability. The patch already happened. Yeah, that's why I was like, it would seem right, but could have had it already. I was right to second guess. Let's debuff a little bit. Ooh, so close to leveling. Gonna enjoy me some extra damage soon. Just in time for the boss. So we are on, I believe, the final room. And then we gotta fight the boss. A nondescript game. Ooh, history game. I am not liking the damage they're dealing to me. Multiplayer, please. Okay, let's go in the corner. No, don't teleport towards me. Okay, that zoo hitting me is actually a big problem. That almost killed me. Thank you for the level up. I really don't want to fight the zoo. My fire resistance is not good. It's only 21. So that actually does way too much damage to me. Also, Gray, I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at how they abbreviated the game, I feel like they should have chosen a different acronym. I'm just gonna say, if you haven't seen it, I mean, I can't unsee it, but that's all I'm thinking about. I'm just like, that was a choice. I'm just like, I'm just thinking like it'll be like the Resident Evil 4 trailer, but I just hear the song like, I like big butts, but I cannot lie. Like just over the main trailer. I feel like it would be very appropriate for the game. So that's what I'll say. I mean, like, it's right there. It's like one thing off. Or Ep4 2023. Okay, so let's go murder a boss. Still got even beat, so at the time we're taking, we could probably do 3 more episode 4 quests. Just have a nice ring to it, not as much. So anyway, here's the strategy. Step 1, equip gun. Step 2, beat boss. Let's go. So I'm gonna wait a little bit so Calvitium doesn't desync here. I'm hoping actually for Conjure. If we get Conjure, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, we got 8 million. Okay, so just heavenly ability. We'll take this. You're an RE4R man myself, says Gray. Yes. See a little PG-13 humor there. Let's go this way. I got clipped by the boss. That was so rude. That was also rude. Okay, so there's the one I'm looking for. Ooh, out of range. So that thing has no light resistance at all, so I'm just gonna kill it basically instantly. How can you tell which one I get? Well, the monster reader on the right-hand side of the screen tells me if it's orange, it's Conjure. But otherwise, you can tell by the color of the boss and the weakness of the spinners. It is randomly between, we call him Scamberdin, but it's simply Shamberdin. That gives dragon scales. This is the standard one, Saint Million. It'll give decent rares most of the time. But we're really hoping for Conjure. I think it's a 1 in 10 chance normally without the rare enemy up. No worries, Degeneracy. They have different colors. Conjure is green, if I remember correctly. Saint Million is literally red. And then Scamberdin is just a disappointment, and I choose to block out memories of Scamberdin. Unless it gives me Dragon's skill, then he's no longer Scamberdin. So unfortunately, we're gonna get cheesed by missiles here a little bit. And there's not much I could do about that. Kind of annoying, actually. Bad pattern of attacks here. Boss is actually locking me down pretty well. Please stop that. I would like to attack soon. Thank you. Okay, it's not doing missile plus spinner, aka the worst combo. Gonna do laser here. Go for the frame 1 Rusty Heal. Aw, not quite. Close. The Star Atomizer. Phase is almost over, believe it or not. Oh, the spinner! The spinner stopped me from getting the cycle. That was so rude. Spinner's the worst, chat. Please stop. Spinners, please. Okay. Now it's up to Calvitium. If he mag blasts, I will join in. Hopefully it does not spinner me like the other 5 times this happened. And he will kill it with a mag blast. We'll see though. Otherwise, I'm gonna mag blast. I am not messing around with this boss. I'm done with the boss, chat. There we go. I might actually be in range for this to hit. That's the sad part. So this should just burst the boss if Calvitium's at it, and this might also hit because Dolphin's broken. Oh, it hit, but it didn't do a lot of damage. I'm going to assume Calvitium Synchro is terrible. That's what I'm going to assume. That should have done a little more than 1.5 chat with a level 40. Spoilers. Normally, if you do that, it should be doing 3k plus. Rest in peace, Calvitium Synchro. Nothing's gonna last forever, yeah. Felt like it. Yeah, mine wasn't too far off. I just had a death. Okay, we're just gonna feed it stars real quick. What is your synchro out, Calvitium? Is it 0? $107? It only did that much with 107? Is IQ at like 0? Is that, or is still 200? If so, I'm looking up your snake damage later. It's, wow, that did literally no damage. Oh boy. I guess we'll stick to Dolphin in the future. We can do it. Anyway, I'm gonna put away this myriad of items that I got. Even though we didn't get the rares we were looking for, I mean, I got the Consolation Prize rares, which honestly I'm kind of okay with. Always let us know, Rocky Dave, if you need some help with Random techniques, random materials. I think we get quite a lot when we do runs. So I'm gonna play the purple ID. So I guess the question is open to HellCleave. What ID he's bringing in. My mag serves as a reminder that exists by making me steak instead of Resta. Oh no, that sounds very sad. But welcome Anakario to the chat. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, rest in peace, my money. Give it a couple escape builds. We didn't do this many. Take my chances on DC. Probably learn a lot just from watching you, but I'm always down to join in whenever you have an open lobby. Yeah, sure thing, Broccoli Dave. If you need some items, just let me know. Hey, says Tiggy. Welcome, Tiggy. Very profound. Let's all ponder the great mysteries of life there. I do that all the time. Yeah, I imagine you were just walking around at an auto-typed, if I had to guess. Okay, let's see. Is there anything I could put away that I don't really use? Quickly put away my Nidra. Profound Darkness. I was thinking Profound Sadness from Street Fighter 4. Your Ramarl is orange, so you'd have to go Fomar. We could do more purple runs. Purple's okay. Orange is like, it's like not quite there. Like, it has a really good Condryu, but like almost nothing else. Unfortunately. I mean, unless I really want to get more V8 ones from normal dues. Or I guess Slicer Fanatic is okay. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, that's more suited for other episode 4 quests. There we go. So let's believe as a group. Let's make a game. And I will use that money to get some items, and while people are joining, I'll go get the items. Let's do another one. If not, you could give your spot to someone else. That's very generous of you, HellCleave. I'm not sure, for example, if Gray wanted to jump in. But we'll get TheCalvitium in. Tiggy, or feel free to join. Just got HellCleave. Oh, there's Tiggy. Never mind. That was fast. The auto join. Okay, we're gonna restock our die mates, and we gotta remember to pick up more items. We got a little material mad there. So, step 1, equip the proper gun. Step 2, defeat everything. Tiggy already an impressive 184. I remember when Tiggy was closer to like 150. Felt like it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, this quest is insane. Let's go ahead and slash HBR to see our total bonuses that I'm providing, but we'll see the group's total bonuses in a moment. Let's find out. 157%. So, even though Tiggy has not participated in the event, they grow up so fast, something like that. Won't be running the session, no worries, Gray. Sit back, relax, download the patch, defeat everything. So we're at 84 points on 1, 64 on 2, and 96 on 4. 4 is pretty good. So I think what I'll do, just to try to take advantage of the correct ID, this will be the last purple run that I do. I'm gonna switch over to the cast. Switch over to my faux new world. So while I like this character, I really want red ID drops, especially now that we have a full party. It was a little risky to do before then, but with 3 other people, it should be fine. So you can see the lasers raining down from the heavens. I still do okay damage with the faux new world. Not bad. Yeah, we're gonna be abusing this gun. You can already just see what happens when there's 2 of this gun in existence. It is very oppressive. Also, I picked up everything but the item I was looking for. That was so sad. I'm gonna use Zon there to hit the Rappies, guaranteed. I feel like missing them. He going back? Event egg, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Maybe just materials. HellCleave walking around with the stealth item. I love his gun just clips in and out of existence on my screen. Very interesting. Save the frames. So yeah, we'll be playing a little bit of Force to mix things up. Another event egg. Ooh. I'm running hot today. What do you say, Jat? Are you ready for me to do the 10 egg gamble and fail miserably? Oh yeah, there's two. So our friend HellCleave, aka Ragul, the 124 character, is using the gun and abusing the gun. So unfortunately, told my uncle to trade the luck to you. Your uncle that works at Ephinea. Thank you, TheCalvitium. Yeah, there's just basically complete control. Really nothing these enemies can do. And we have two trap users with us, so they could just spam all day long their freeze and whatever they want, and pretty much all of it is useful. But yeah, we're gonna be stun locking a lot, so don't expect these enemies to do too much. I mean, just look at the DPS. If you were questioning whether or not Ramarl was fun to play, oh, look at that, Photon Crystal. Congratulations, HellCleave. That is also the benefit of having a high drop rate. The Satellite Lizards, I think, have less than a 40% chance. Might be 35. So 158% is still not 100%. But it's better than being 35. So in theory, this is also a good way to get a lot of Photon Crystals to power up your weapons. So we'll be seeing some of those today, maybe. Like getting the Bringer's Arm from the Charging Centaur in episode 1. Pretty good. Lots of surface, which is not bad. Zoo is kind of what I want to see, but I want to see Rare Zoo. Getting an extra Smart Link here wouldn't be bad. That's more for non-rangers. That's an item that will reduce the range penalty for characters that are not rangers. So for example, if you got a Force, and you would like to slice her, you're losing a lot more accuracy than you would think. It's recommended you pick one of those up if you are an aggressive weapon user, which tends to be most characters in Ultimate. Spells are not really all that great, unfortunately. They fall off kind of hard in multiplayer. They're fine in single player, pretty terrible in multiplayer. Unless you get like advanced mechanics like the frame 1 freezes and like insta-kill with the spell with damage stacking. Those are more the niche scenarios. But just casual clear, DPS cannot compare. Like that lone Rappy. Use the power attack of the gun versus the special. I'm gonna back up slightly to hit the zoo. Now that there's a lot of them there, I'm gonna say 3. I might as well just keep lasering. I mean, as you can see, the enemy is basically helpless. Well done, drop. Congratulations. I mean, I guess I could use laser to hit it eventually. It is stuck really hard out of bounds for me. There we go. So even though my normal bullet was not able to reach it, spoilers, laser doesn't care. Dear Broccoli Dave, you are playing the Seal. You can see Tiggy playing that character right now with the Cannon Rouge. It's a pretty solid endgame item. Mostly used on bosses that have multiple parts, like your Worm Boss or Dragon. The one shot hits all 5 parts of the boss, or more if it's the Worm Boss, for example. Does big damage. But it's also pretty good when you just don't feel like aiming very hard. Just shoot a giant bazooka blast. It will presumably hit something. Strategy checks out. Heal everybody up a little bit. Take a look at the buff timers at the top of the screen. 2 minutes still. Dodge the door fawn. Get hit by the enemy that is spawned behind me. Very rude. Can't squeeze my way past there, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Team having much better luck with demons than I have. I swear I failed like every demons. It's like not even fair how often I failed that. Been rocking the Final Impact. Oh, that is a weapon I am unfortunately all too familiar with. We get those in TTF Ultimate and feel sad every day, Broccoli Dave. I want you to know that. We keep thinking we're ready for something that's for the end game, and we're like, oh, it's like a hard mode shotgun. And it works. You know, when you're like level 180, it just makes you sad. You want to get guns that shoot lasers. You don't want to have normal guns anymore. Like, no, we've evolved. Randomly got one in very hard. That sounds about right. Remember using Crush Bullet, I think in just hard mode. I guess Final Impact is the very hard mode version of it. Get a nice little debuff going. We are just spamming all the lasers today. Keeping an eye on the clock. Still at 35. Decent amount of time. The nice thing is, too, is if we're done with episode 4, we can always transition to forces. Got a Final Impact not long start after VH. Yeah, I think it's one of the common rares, quote-unquote. But it's good. It's a nice little power bonus over most standard guns. So we're using a map reader, chat might have noticed. If you're wondering how I can see things like the scape dolls, etc., or things like the materials or even the die mates, I do have a custom map color put into the game. That'll identify all materials and such. So I'm using that to shortcut big time. Yeah, the game has a lot of add-ons. We're using just one group of add-ons for the monster information in the upper right, the party info in the upper left, the monster reader on the far right, and an item reader on the far left. But there's also a native one that doesn't technically require any downloads. You just have to know a little bit of text colors in HTML, or you just do a color picker online. And you need to know the actual value of the item, and that's it. You just put it in like a literal simple text file and it does everything else for you. So for example, I have all my healing items show up as blue, materials are yellow, star atomizers are white. So I can see based off the color of the dot what item it is without me even needing to hit the or look at the item reader. So I'll always glance, since whenever I'm moving, I tend not to actually look at my character at all. My eyes are focused purely on the upper right for navigation. So I can shortcut a lot of things, and if a rare drops, it'll be red on the item reader on the left. So it'll make it kind of easier for me to determine. It technically tracks the order the items drop, so I could tell vaguely where it is if I missed it. Default will show a red dot for rare, exactly. But we applied that to a lot more than just some of the standards, which is kind of nice. I'll try to point it out. You'll see, for example, light pink and dark pink for difluid and trifluid, respectively. So we can tell very easily, depending on what character we're playing, what items we have near us. So far, nothing dropped, though. So super, super useful, especially if you're playing a cast. Be able to see monomates, dimates, trimates, and stars consistently, no matter what the room is. What a time saver. Oh, this is one of my favorite rooms. I like him up on his little pedestal. Look at him, chat. He's posing for us. And he died. Like, technically, the monomate dropped there. If I walk away from it, unfortunately, I don't have monomate on my reader, because I don't like them that much. But dimates and trimates will be, though. We'll keep an eye out. I'm sorry, is that the wedding march? Couldn't resist, chat. If possible, I'd like the item reader, but only that if I used any. Yeah, you could customize this, by the way. I just have most of them active. If we have a little bit of downtime in like an hour and a half or so, I'll show it off. There's a main menu I've hidden. You just literally turn it off. It's just a chat box. So do not let that discourage you. I know I have a lot on the screen, but you don't need that much. Honestly, the Monster Reader is one of my highest recommends if you're not going to do the anything else in addition. Being able, if you're playing like a force in particular, it's really important to see which specific enemies have status ailments. Health totals helps. Whether or not they've been buffed or debuffed saves a lot of time. It is like the force's best friend. So I can also see if a rare enemy is spawned ahead of time, since it'll pop up in a different color in the Monster Reader. So I know immediately if I should be spamming Gafoe in a room like this, for example. Super useful. So I can see everything's confused. So I don't have to worry about, like, with all these graphics on screen, what enemies are not confused. Maybe a little less useful in single player, but man oh man, multiplayer. So I could see, for example, if I debuff here, I missed one of them with debuffs. I gotta be a little careful near one of the Pyrogorons. So none of it's left a chance, is what I'm getting at. Oh, where's Tiggy? I gotta buff Tiggy. There we go. Yeah, I like the party info at the top, but that's more for force players. It also tells you if you have mag invincibility. That's probably the only standalone thing I would think it would benefit you. Another photon drop, nice. I see the mono grinders dropping, but I'm like, nah, I kind of don't want that. It's fine. Got a lot. Yeah, like, see how I can tell, like, because I know how much damage I'm doing, in particular as a force kind of character, like, if you're doing set damage, you'll know exactly how many spells you need to kill something. Who's gonna marry me, says Calva? Another event egg, nice. Yeah, like, all of these are really, really good for force. It's more situational for other characters, but man, like, they're on my see, I got item reader told me immediately photon drop. Photon drop, I think, is one of the default ones that shows up, fortunately. But also in this room, you'll see a light blue indicator to my north. So I'll walk over to it. That'll be a soul atomizer. If I'm looking for curing items, like, let's say I'm getting stun locked by the nonsense lilies because I don't have cure paralysis. That is kind of good to know where it is. I should probably go get those. Photon crystal, nice. Just noticed the wedding march song in the background. Yeah, I turned it on earlier. We're trying out Ramarl just for some simple blasting. I think Ramarl is pretty good. I will warn you though, that difficulty jump from very hard to ultimate is really brutal as Ramarl. I will just say, if you're looking for a character that basically never falls off in solo, Ramarl all the way. One of the best rangers. Less useful in multiplayer, but quite solid. The ability to gel in 20 saves you having to need, like, super god items. Yeah. Because otherwise with Ramarl, the issue you come into is just enemies just get too tanky. So you don't have, like, a really solid amount of crowd control by default. So coming into, like, ultimate fresh, you don't have spread needles. You don't even have, like, a frozen shooter. So there's really not a great way to kill enemies. They're, like, a great character to get you to ultimate, and then, like, they can farm a little bit of ultimate for boxes, and then I use them for other things. Like, I like them, but man, they become too much of a struggle for me personally towards the end. But hey, they are really good at creating mags. I still think they're a solid first character. Goodbye, every enemy. Guess I'll go back here to try to hit the Rappies as they wake up. That'll be the play. Yeah, I think in this game, like, there's not really, like, a wrong choice, per se. Like, it's definitely important that you have fun. If you like the character design, go for it. But also just be aware, there are some struggles. Like, trying to play a pure force, for example, in episode 2 is, like, one of the worst feelings of all time. Lots of event eggs dropping. But man, oh man, are they fun in episode 4. They're decent in episode 1 solo, I guess, as well. But yeah, ooh. There are definitely characters with strong suits. Don't get us started on Humars. HellCleave died for that message. That's how strongly HellCleave believed in the Humars. Pretty curious how does difficulty scaling work between episodes. I'm gonna say it's busted. I mean, honestly, it's been a while since I played vanilla. Episode 2 is awful, Broccoli Dave. If I'm gonna give you my one piece of biased advice, very biased by the way, don't play episode 2. Don't do it. Don't do it. You think you're interested in it, and then you realize almost half of the enemies after a certain point have insta-kill, and more than half the enemies by the end of the game have insta-kill if you're an ultimate. And they will just punish you for existing. It is a difficulty where the game expects you to have things like Frozen Shooter, Spread Needle, Hell Handguns, V502, like the list goes on. There are so many items you need just to make the run quote-unquote fun. The barrier of entry is ludicrous. Yeah, episode 2 at the end is literally every enemy has insta-kill. Every single... And it's not insta-kill you could resist, like in the other difficulties, by the way. Some of it is just, it hits you, it's over. It doesn't matter your stats. Which is, to me, not very fun. I don't like that as a design mechanic. So you will very rarely see me play episode 2. Unless we get carried by somebody who may or may not be named HellCleave. But, you know, sometimes it gets there. So we're right at the end, fortunately. Hope you kept your scape dolls. Exactly, Broccoli Dave. I want you to know, you've probably seen me go to the banks a couple times if you watch the VODs, but every character has a wall of scape dolls, except for this one. Because she's been to episode 2 and she has seen the horrors. And I have no scape dolls. They're all gone. It's like 140 scape dolls on the force, check. Ramarl, like 14. I'm like, where are they? I used them. It's like, they're gone. They're not coming back. Episode 2, it's like, yeah, I used like 15 in that last run. That sounds about right. Well, speaking of which, we have to go back for the scape doll. We do not leave scape dolls behind as this character. That to me is more important than money or armor. It's nice for making new characters. Honestly, when drop 2 now, oh, okay, I was wondering what was happening. I was like, I felt like I was gonna comment the drop rate seemed high, because I don't normally get that many. HellCleave, the Secret Santa stream. Just gifting the blissfully unaware streamer some items. Thank you, HellCleave. Get a buff to Tiggy there. But yeah, honestly, I don't use scape dolls at all on new characters. Like, if you watch me play, I'll pick up whatever scape dolls I use, but it's all about bringing in a high-level mag with high-level equipment and then laughing. Because I'm basically not going to die until, like, level 81. It's just going to be free. In particular with forces. They're quite powerful. So, funny enough, Broccoli Dave, because I'm sure you picked up a few photon drops here and there. Can you believe, Broccoli Dave, if you were to trade on the Discord right now for, like, 5 photon drops, you could get almost every ultimate ranger weapon you would need to deal with it solo? Just pay to win. Pay to win is real. Yeah, really. Dead serious. Things like Frozen Shooter, which is a sniper with guaranteed freeze as long as you land it. Like 1 to 2 photon drops. Spread Needle, 1 to 2 photon drops. So honestly, if you're looking to elevate your game, the time you can save. Yeah, get your, like, it's, don't buy the ones with like 50 hit. Those are like the luxury ones. Get like the dirt cheap ones. I guarantee you, having like a zeroed Spread Needle is better than anything you could have for like 90 levels. Like, it is like game defining. Like, obviously there's a lot of pitfalls and stuff like that. There might be some items not worth picking up. So in the future, once we're done with Easter, we'll talk about some items. We'll call it the Pauper's Guide, I think. Going over what items we recommend for like very low PD or just easy farms. And then we'll talk about like how to quote-unquote upgrade them. But yeah, definitely those 2 items in particular. Heaven Striker is a little more expensive, and the mag is a bit too much to do, I would say. Mag alone is like 6+. Alright, chat, are we gonna get Condryu? 1 in 10. 1 in 10. Oh, scambered in. We got scam, chat. Well, I guess we could get dragon scales. So Broccoli Dave, to give you an idea, one dragon scale, if we were to get it from this boss, is 8 photon drops. So if this drops, it would literally pay for your ranger, if I really wanted to. just be like, there you go. There's your currency. I mean, we have a 1 in 8 chance of getting it. It's not the worst rare rate I've ever seen. Come on, there we go. We're trying to hit the red one, but we're getting trolled by 2 close spinners. Alright, that should end the phase. Where is HellCleave? Oh, HellCleave is near Calbot. I'm gonna go revive HellCleave. We got some time. Yeah, 1 in 8's pretty solid. We only get 1 chance at it though, which is a little sad. Alright, so HellCleave and I are probably gonna go up here. Well, this isn't too bad. This boss, if you're under-geared, is a problem. Yeah, we only get the 1 chance from the boss. That's it. I guess... Well, I'm definitely going, because I got big DPS. Spread Needle someone gave me, but my final pack seems to outperform it. I really doubt that. Unless you're, like, really, really understated with mags. Spread Needle shoots so much faster compared to a shotgun. And the normal on Spread Needle stun locks every enemy in the game. Somebody mag blasted? No. Oh, let's HellCleave is here. Yeah, I got knocked down. Yeah, it lasered. It wasn't targetable. That's fine. We'll wait a little bit. Those spinners are trolling me. Please stop. I'm gonna revive HellCleave here. Yeah, Spread Needle is, like, ridiculously better than every gun. Like, it's not fair. 50 hit Vice worth anything? Not really. It's, like, an okay item. Like, technically, if you hold it, if Broccoli Dave wanted rare items, you could just give it to Broccoli Dave. I mean, it's a decent-ish Vulcan. But you won't get anything on the trades for it. Alright, let's heal up. These spinners are such trolls. Yeah, Spread Needle is phenomenal. Spread Needle has random damage range, though. Maybe that threw you off. It can roll low on the damage. Its true strength is its special. So if you combine that with the V501, for example, you basically have insta-stun. There we go. Oh, it canceled it! No! I wanted to do something special during the cutscene. I feel so sad. Oh, I didn't even get control of the character. That's so sad. Yeah, that's the gun we just picked up, Broccoli Dave, actually. Pretty solid. Alright, let's see if we get a dragon scale. Nope. Denied. GG indeed. So we still got a little bit more than half of the beat clock left. Try says, what PSO? Never happened here before. You're right. First time PSO. I'm definitely level 1. Don't look at the screen. Just gotta believe. Okay, let's drop the bad items I picked up by accident and pick up some syllables. I need some money. 27 Gafoe, oof. Such a noob. I'm so sorry, Try. I'll do better next time. So yeah, we're gonna make sure to hand in this quest. It counts towards the HBR. But oh yeah, Spread Needle is super good. Now, Spread Needle is not as useful if your base ATP is bad. I will state that. It is not as strong, but the speed at which it can deal damage is unparalleled. People will go out of their way to put specials on it. You might have heard of the S-rank weapons or ES weapons. They call it a lot of different things, but the challenge mode weapons. Basically, everybody that can will try to put a special on one of those. They are so strong. Yeah, Spread Needle has a lot of hidden modes. Normal with a Heavenly Battle. Oh, that might also be the thing too. If you don't have Heavenly Battle, that also makes a big difference. Oh, by the way, Broccoli Dave, Heavenly Battle, 1 photon drop. Just also FYI. We were talking earlier about cheap rares. So that with Spread Needle is just a pure perma-stun lock, and there's nothing any enemy could do to you. It's quite ridiculous. I don't know why they let that happen. Just throw your hands in the air. Just Spread Needle things. Brazilian waifu says try. Oh yeah, Discord. Okay, I'll shout myself out there real quick for people that are interested. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch IDs as much as I like this character. Let's try to get some Cannon Rouge. So I will buff everybody, and people can play whatever they want. It's up to you, HellCleave, whatever character you want to level. Just have a good time, HellCleave. But it's time to bring in Dumpling. There we go. So my job is to basically Zalure everything. End of job. Oh, I typed into the chat, my bad. I do that sometimes. Let's see. Episode 4, Ziggy. Xrd. So far, HellCleave has been pretty stable with this quest at least. That is a good sign. Broccoli Dave hopping in. Nice. Welcome, Broccoli Dave. I will give you the formal shout out. Oh, there's also 2 people. Say hi to both people. Welcome, new Discord members. So yeah, we have a looking for group. You can do an active role in order to get the pings for any kind of runs that we do. TheCalvitium needs a moment or two. So we'll talk about what I would feel is kind of efficient in Xrd. So interestingly, unlike Massive Attack, where it is all Fire Scepter, this will be your last for now. Already kind of worn out. No problem, Sticky. Your health always comes first. So speaking of health totals, Ignition Cloak is a pretty solid choice to keep on still in the quest, but honestly, I'm going to be using Ice almost the whole time. The downside in this particular quest is because it's always going to make you fight a boss, you generally need Ice damage. You guys lost that Almeri try. Oh, they got lame to Argent for petting Kandryu. We didn't get lucky. No Kandryus yet. So let's get ready. So generally speaking, I'm just going to look to stun lock. I'm going to try not to damage cancel too much. We'll see how it goes. 3 seals is a pretty good alternative. In fact, I want to do one additional thing. In case we get a boss that is weak to ice, which is either Kandryu or Saint Million, let's have this not take 30 million years. Let's do the responsible thing and take a Rabarda merge if it's in here. You know what? I'll even take the blue merge. It's still better than nothing. I will still take that better over anything else. I thought I had a Gafoi. Oh, I do have a Gafoi merge. Okay, well, we'll take both. We'll enjoy life a little bit. Just we didn't make a deal. I don't know what. Chat's just planning all sorts of things. So we got 3 seals, a really easy gamble item, Broccoli Dave, as long as you have money. Costs 1k per attempt, and it is so good. We're going to be gambling, I think, tomorrow for it. What do the merges do? Glad you asked. We're transitioning into that. So 3 seals, great resistances. Look at that. Almost 33 in every single category. Decent defense, okay evasion, also randomly blocks, and buffs Razan by 30%. Blue Merge is a generic one that just buffs every ice spell by 20%. I was looking for the Rabarda Merge, which instead gives Rabarda 30%. Gafoi 30%, pretty strong. So if we bring these items into like normal mode or hard mode, I can basically cast 2 spells and kill every enemy. Not an exaggeration, it's very strong. Yeah, resistances are pretty big and ult. Do tech bonus to stack as to generate DD. Indeed they do. So my Ignition Cloak adds 10%. If I were to put a Gafoi merge on and use Gafoi, I get 40% again. What is Barda again? That is the simple tech for ice. Rabarda is the 360 ice, which is one of the best spells in the game once you got a few levels in it. So expect me to use a lot of stunlock stuff. So, oh yeah, we're also using an ice wand, which I think is 20%, I think? Yeah, I think it's 20%. Others can give more, like Magical Piece, for example, gives 30% to all techs here. I don't feel like bringing it with me. I have it. I just don't care. We're gonna spam Gafoi. So we got it set up. So I'm only gonna be using a couple of spells. So if I see an Astark, for example, spam a couple Rabardas. If I see Babuda, I'm gonna 360 Lightning. And otherwise, you're gonna see me chuck Fireballs basically the whole time. Now, we don't have anything that reduces the cost of our spells, so we have to be a little careful how much we spell spam. You might have noticed there we had a dark purple for the Tri-Fluids, so I can find that faster as a force. We're going to go ahead and use Zond, which will hit the furthest accurately quickly in order to get the Rappies to make sure we don't miss any items. But otherwise, I should be up there with the group debuffing. Your top right corner gives you info on weakness and stuff. Didn't read it too much. Indeed, it does. So if I need a reminder, I can look in the upper right. It tells you the basic weaknesses right above their health totals. I've played enough that I generally know it, but if we're playing like very hard or modes I don't normally play, like hard mode episode 2, I don't remember the resistances. So I'll just glance. I'll go, oh, right. Yeah, it also calculates your chance of killing with Hell, which is sort of important to know. Doesn't help on this episode, though. Oh, I got baited for Laser Gate. I went towards the shiny. Gotta go towards the worm. So yeah, there's a lot of little things. You can see in the upper right is my experience bar. Surprisingly, one of the most interesting mechanics to me. I probably use that more than almost everything else. So I'm gonna glance at that constantly during the run, even if I don't talk about it. The reason being is I can time what wave I'm gonna get the level up. And if I'm playing a cast, that means I can factor into my gameplay that I am in fact just going to immediately reset my traps. Or I can skip using Tri-Fluids because I know I'm gonna level. So I will do that pretty often. Right now I'm too high of a XP required, but I know if I were to do this quest twice, I should level. So I'll keep that in mind in the back of my head while I'm talking to all of you. So that way I can take advantage of that later. Exactly. So it saves me items. So just glancing at it while I'm doing other things, like I'm not moving while casting Gafoi, so I have free reign to read the chat and also look at the item readers to see if I need to debuff people like this. And in doing so, you know, just free information. So I can see I landed Zalora on everybody, so I'm not going to recast it. I don't need to worry about it. I can see people are injured, so I'm going to heal. There's a material over there, but because it is not in yellow color from the item reader, I know it's an evade material, and I will ignore it. Or a defense material. I don't need either of those. So I'm like, nah, we'll pass. We'll shoo it away. We're max stats already, don't care. Power material, luck material, HP material, pretty popular. We went for a almost frame 1 freeze there. Sort of got it. So essentially, while those enemies are spawning, they have iframes, so we can't hit them right away. But if you do a Rabarda early, it lingers for a while, so it'll hit them the exact frame that they're able to escape the invincibility. Oh, feel free to ask as many questions as you want, Broccoli Dave. I'm like, it gives me more to talk about. Old Striker Plus, useless, but cool. Event Egg better. No yellow stats means you're capped, but how does that work? So the game has a set amount of stats you'll get per level. It's all predetermined. There's no RNG with it. So a level 170 character of your class will have the same stats no matter what. The deviation is that there are caps per each stat. So I might have a cap. Let's say normally in level ups, I might hit 1400 MST. The cap for this specific character is 1800, as an example. So I can choose to hit that total by using units to hit that number, or I can level up a mag in order to get the difference. In particular, Power and Mind are very good in terms of points spent to reward earned from stats. Or there's also materials you can pick up, which increase your stats. So if you're making another character, what you should be doing is hoarding a lot of materials for that character. Maybe not on the first character you make you want to hoard, but going forward, it is just so good. Yeah, like look at, we'll briefly hover the mag just so you get an idea. So if I were to unequip this mag, I'd be losing 300 MST out of 1500. So yeah, that's a lot of MST. MST, of course, raising both our damage and our total TP. There's a thing, cap on materials, you can use the mag to go over. Oh, no. So that 1800 I talked about before is a super hard cap. So if I somehow hit it by having, let's say, I used 150 mine materials and I got 300 from that, and I got another 200 from units, if I went over by 100, it doesn't overflow. There are items that are weirdly an exception to that rule, which is important to know. ATP cheats. I don't know why they only let ATP cheat and not MST cheat. But if an item gives you ATP, it's allowed to go over your cap. Like, obviously, if you wield a weapon and it adds to your ATP, like, you have a sword, it does more damage. You're going to do more damage. But there are things that raise your base ATP, quote-unquote. Like, there's armors and shields that add to ATP, and those don't count towards the cap, which is very confusing, I would say. If you don't know that's a mechanic, you might be statting your character improperly. So a very famous item I would say that most people go for at 180 is Red Ring. It will overcap you, like you could go beyond the normal cap of attack accuracy as well as ATP, gotta buff people, with that item, but you can't go over the MST total or defense. Oh no, they don't explain it in the tutorial. Sega team just kind of did things, chat. Just letting you know. Do you have characters that are like min-maxed? Oh yeah, so actually we had an interesting discussion on this the other day, but we'll bring it up for you, Broccoli Dave. So from the standpoint of min-max, it is recommended that the first time you play the game, don't worry about min-max at all. I'm gonna tell you why. When people are putting the min-max stats there, they're assuming that you can very easily cap your stats. You're just having fun, exactly. So they're gonna assume you could very easily either switch your stats or you're high level. So for example, it doesn't make sense to go for min-max stats at like level 80 when your base stats will never feasibly ever cap your damage, right? So every point you didn't spend towards attack power is how much less damage you're doing until you're like literally level 200. So it's just better. You'll see a lot of people do like 150 power materials or like 28 luck and like 122 power materials, because luck is a very important stat as just a free chance of extra damage. Or you'll see, for example, Faux Newman, you'll see 150 mind material versus like 148 mind and 2 defense. That one's kind of a lesser example, but I think you get the idea. I seem knowledgeable, thank you. Sometimes I'm talking out of my depth, but hopefully I give an okay description of things. But I like my Mind Ranger. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, people would never think of using MST on the Ramarl, because in almost every scenario you don't want to do it, unless you have Heaven Striker. Then it becomes one of the dumbest builds at low level. So if you were just running around with like a very high accuracy unit that like Heavenly Arms that gives 25, put 2 of those on you, equip a Mind Mag, you can just laugh. You just do damage you're just definitely not meant to do to everything. Ooh, I did not sort my items properly. Let me fix that. There we go. The thing is, he always plays a Rock Seal. Right. So I've played most of the classes. The one I've had the least experience with this is Humar. One day, chat, we will hashtag free the Humar, but today is still not that day. Yeah, magic is a big deciding factor. So casts are kind of built in a way that their normal stats will mostly carry them through single player, and it requires you to require like good positioning and things like that, or high level for trap count. Yeah, whereas like human characters, just if they take damage, it's just kind of an inconvenience. If you take damage as a ranger in a boss battle, you're like, oh no, am I gonna run out of healing? Like, that's not a question you normally have as a human character. You're just like, oh, I took 90% of my life total. Guess I'll rest it twice. Like, they don't have the same concerns when they play the game. They're like, oh. And they're like, I guess that happened. So people will gravitate towards the Ramarl because she's got the strongest techs as a ranger, or the Hugh Neural because she's got the strongest techs. So before you get all of those endgame goodies, the power of using Shifta at low levels keeps you on par or pace of damage with the cast, if not more, depending on how many techs you got over them. You're spamming your Daimate button. Daimates are still always useful. You'll see me do it occasionally, like that menu that pops up in PSO in the bottom left is actually super good to have because you can buffer an item. So like, for example, let's say this thing knocks me down. Oh, it didn't actually knock me down for demo. So close. But if it had knocked me down, I can actually go in the menu and use it. And what'll happen is that because I use it in that menu, it's going to buffer it. So I don't have to press anything else. I press it once, and the frame that I stand up, it's actually going to use it for me automatically. So there's scenarios where I want to do that to avoid using Resta. So for example, I don't want to get knockdown looped by the Marissa. So you'll often see me do that quick menu for a Daimate. Yeah, so it's like, it's so good. Doing that also really ups your game because there's just less time you spend fumbling. Yeah, like there I got knocked down. I could have Daimated actually to showcase. Let him knock me down again. So we'll use this. I'm not pressing anything. Auto heal. And I can just immediately punish with a spell rather than do anything else. So I basically waste no time doing it. Yeah, as soon as I get up and my finger is on the Rabarda button, I'm not looking at the menu anymore. So as soon as that menu goes away, I'm spamming. You're locked out of the animation. So item usage doesn't have an animation at all, which is nice. So it's instant. Well, I guess technically 1 frame. But yeah, that healing is much faster than like that cast animation. Because in the time it takes for my arms, little teeny tiny arms to raise up and cast, I could get slapped by the big bad Goron. So I could see I missed a debuff on him, for example. So if I wanted to, I can menu into Daimate and then try to punish him. So one other thing that's important to note, you'll see me pop it up in hallways. I'm not sure if you do this trick. This one's a pretty classic trick of PSO. So you might have noticed when you're in a menu, you can't target enemies. So you can actually do that to walk faster. You could abuse that if you haven't been doing that already in episode 1. You know those long trap hallways? If you just open the menu like this, those traps can't hit you, by the way. You just walk in a straight line. But you could use that for enemies, too. So let's say I'm trying to get between these 2 enemies. If I do this, I'm not going to target them. So I could get to my position faster. Chat uses quick chat. Yeah, people do different things. I think quick chat's probably a little better. I'm just used to the item pack. But both work. So yeah, so you'll see me do that to avoid targeting, because otherwise, look what happens. When I look at this person, see how I slowed down there? And I got hit because I was moving slow? Yeah, let's not do that. So we'll pause just to get a little distance. So we can avoid that as a force. One other thing you'll kind of learn, Broccoli Dave, if you play a lot of the force stuff, enemies will generally try to strike you at max distance. So as soon as they're able to, just take like a little step backwards and you'll dodge them most of the time. You'll see me do that in episode 1 a lot. I will literally just stand there and bait them because they just can't hit me. It's so sad. Of course, unless I just mess up the controls because player bad, but I could just kind of do just that. Just that step is enough to dodge them. You don't have to make like a big movement. And in fact, getting them in the attack animation gives you more time to cast spells. Yeah, with the Ranger, I think the big thing to learn is like when to start using power attacks properly. Like normal power is good. As you get into higher difficulties, the game is like, maybe you shouldn't complete the 3rd hit of your 3rd hit combo. The game will actually punish you for that, starting around very hard. Hard mode, not so much. But very hard, you might get punished. In particular, Ruins. Ruins you'll go into and you'll be like, man, why are they so fast? Because it expects you to do things like this, like walk up to Rappy, take a little step there. Unfortunately, chat hit him. Goron Detonator is a little exception to the rule. They have so much range, you have to move kind of sideways to them. Charge Vulcan, just got one, nice. People will be using 50-hit versions of those, Broccoli Dave. It's not bad to have. So sometimes the shop itself can actually sell you Charge Vulcans. And then surprisingly, it can also sell you Charge Vulcans with 50 hit. Oh, Heavenly Mind. Okay. I mean, that's a useful unit. No worries. Also, by the way, Broccoli Dave, Charge Vulcan 50 hit. More or less 1 photon drop. So remember before, we're saying like 5 photon drops would get you everything, more or less? Yeah, it's sadly true. Is that sick? Oh, the Charge Vulcan? Yeah, Charge Vulcan, super good. Get some debuffs in. It's an annoying enemy. I'll just grant some. We're clearing pretty fast. So we're averaging about 108 XP a second. It's pretty good. Oh, Gorons. Hold on, chat. We're going into serious mode. Hold on. I'm gonna debuff. I'm gonna spam Gafoi. Charge Vulcan is super good. We'll talk in a moment. So I spam Gafoi there, by the way, Broccoli Dave. I'm not sure if you're aware, but if a spell has a lingering hitbox, like see how long the fireball circles the room? It'll hit the enemies as long as they exist at some point. Now, some enemies don't have iframes when they spawn, like the Marissa, and they also happen to be weak to fire. So good. Okay, you saw another VOD? Nice. But yeah, Charge Vulcan is really good when you have base ATP, because you could just basically wail on them at super mech gun speed. Okay, we're gonna go for the manip, slight movement. There we go. Did you want to play the Force? They're pretty fun. I can actually Gafoi on the last enemy here, knowing chat will kill, just so I can get a head start on these Rappies. So the Rappies just landed, took damage, and we sped up that wave significantly. So I'm gonna be equipping the Gafoi merge, I think, for the rest of the run. Pazuzu! This enemy exists? Forbidden. Chat, forbidden. It's a Pazuzu. This never happens. Chat, I think this is the first one I've seen literally all year. I don't even know what its weakness is. Lightning, whatever. Didn't drop any rare. Pazuzu rare as normal as always is a lie. Rage Diffuse, nice. Did you come in and see Pazuzu? Indeed you did, Murphy. Welcome, Murphy. Hope you're doing well. I know. What bonkers things are happening here. So, I know Tiki said that this is going to be their last run, Murphy, so I will extend an invite to you. It is even beat Murphy. You can enjoy the Ramarl for a little bit, but otherwise we're going to move on to episode 1, and you can level whoever you want. Technically, you can bring in whoever you want now, but I'm just letting you know. You got some good coverage. So anyway, we're going to be just spamming Gafoi all day long. It should just destroy these waves. No problem, Broccoli Dave. I picked up a Heavenly Mind, Murphy. I'm not sure if you needed a spare. Oh, I got knocked down again. Player bad. Okay, got the freeze. Get a good heal going. That lone Pyro Goron holding up the wave. I got bad news for these Rappies. I'm gonna make them all disappear. Go away, Rappies. Ooh. Event Egg, nicely done. Gorons that also take big damage from this. Let's debuff. I'm getting slapped, but they're only making me cast Gafoi faster. Kind of unfortunate for them, really. Lots of zoos. Let's debuff. Wow, this is just kind of unfair. This is like the meat factory right here. Heal HellCleave again. That wasn't too bad. 125 experience a second? Never mind. We're gonna upgrade that from not too bad to godlike. Just small upgrade. That damage per, or that XP per second was out of control. This should be the boss, right? Well, we get to play the game, chat. Will I guess this game correctly? Left behind the Foe level 29. We're gonna guess Scamberton. I'm gonna bring the Storm one with me. Oh, it's HellCleave dodging the boss. That's fair. Oh no, disconnect. No, HellCleave. Also, it wasn't Scamberton. It was St. Million. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That was fast. Never get rares on this boss anyway. Did you want this boss rare if it drops from me, HellCleave? We'll give it in honor of you. Your sacrifice. It's a heavenly ability, I think. Alright, so we're gonna swap over to Storm Wand and 3 Seals. Good, good, good. Got all the ones you need, no worries. Okay, so Calvitium and I are just gonna clean up the boss. Tiggy will stay behind and kill the phase 2. Indeed, Murphy. It also Centurion on Andrew, and the reason I know this is I only play green and red runs. And green gets Galatine instead of Heavenly, otherwise it also gets Centurion. I laugh at how similar their drops are. Yeah, so far Conjureo hasn't given me, I think, a Heaven Striker. That's the only thing I'm really missing. Need one of those moments on stream. Oh, you're iced, duh. You're not scampered in. You're not scampered in. Wrong items. Okay, I have invincibility for a while. I'm gonna heal Calvitium and keep spelling. Ooh. Oh no. Oh, Calvitium, were you mech gunning? Oh, Calvitium, I would have told you not to do that. Oh, Calvitium, no. This is gonna take forever now. No, Calvitium, don't ever pop those individually. Oh, I thought you were using Spread Needle. Oh, this is gonna be a long boss fight. Oh no, chat. Strap in. Oh boy, I gotta do this in the room with no safety approach. This will be interesting. Oh, it went back to the same one. But it's still gonna be at least 3 more. This is gonna be brutal. Okay, I have Dolphin to use eventually, but I'm not gonna use it right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit on it. But yes, Calvitium. Spread Needle, Spread Needle, Spread Needle. Oops. Do not Frozen Shooter him. There we go. If we get both of these, we're on track of resetting it a little bit. I'm gonna wait for him to get a little closer, then I'm gonna ice him. Alright, so one more hit should kill it. Okay, we can sort of fix it. Okay. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. We're good. Okay. If we were gonna pop the individual cores, this boss fight was gonna take like another 9 minutes. HellCleave would have just been shaking his head the whole time. Anyway, we're gonna try to use Dolphin on the boss. We'll see if it happens. Oh, that was just rude. Never mind, boss already dead. Or maybe not. Spinners, please. Unfortunate. Oh well, could have been worse. The course correction with Spread Needle was important. Oh, Tiggy is a yellow ID. I'll try to keep that in mind in the future. We're doing a lot of runs, Tiggy, where XRD Rev 1 in particular, yellow is the preferred ID. So definitely, you will definitely get games with that. Getting that V101 Excalibur chance, Psycho Wand, Frozen Shooter, Holy Ray, just Spread Needle. They got every rare, it's fine. Nothing of interest drop though, so sad. I think we could do at least one more even beat, and then we'll move on, as I said before, afterwards. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. How long are the HBR things in Ephinea? So they reset every month. I'm gonna distract the bonus to level faster, but I don't know the change dates. So we're still pretty early in, and we're about to enter the bonus XP. So if you wanted to just prepare yourself for later difficulties, it's not bad. We had a quest video talking about different ways to level. It really just depends on your gear, what is good. Yeah, they'll try to change it the first weekend of each month. Welcome, Broccoli Dave. See, now we know we're gonna level in the next quest, so I could probably save myself a Tri-Fluid. So that's future knowledge. Almost all ones till next level, aka TNL. Let's hand it in. We're gonna do maybe one more run, maybe two. Depends on how fast we get through it. So I'll set up another game for HellCleave and Murphy. Hopefully you're feeling a little better, Murphy. Still cannot... I can't type. My fingers are just... They're so fried, Chad, after typing all day. Okay, we're gonna do the episode check. Did I choose the right episode? Let's find out together. Survey says yes. Did you sell your heart of 9000M for a 65 PD? I mean, maybe. I mean, you were saying you needed photon drops. It is a cosmetic. Calvitium matching my level. I feel threatened by Calvitium's power. Thank you, Tiggy, for joining us. Hopefully you get rest if you need it. So we're just waiting on Murphy. Yeah, those are the things I will never use unless I am super bored. But I will make no attempts to get them. I like designing the character. I don't care about the weapons. I just want it to work. I'm a very simple person when it comes to it. Actually, I'll do normal bang for this. Calvitium posing somewhere. What we're gonna do, we're gonna deposit our Fire Wand briefly. This is not a quest where I can really abuse Rough away so much. Why don't we just bring in a magical piece? So much yellow. Oh, the rare items, yeah. So anyway, magical piece is just 10% more per time I use Gafoi. And it's okay for Chain Lightning in case I accidentally have the wrong wand open. Flash active. Regen some TP while I wait. We'll summon Murphy. Wow, 3 level 140s in one place? It's crazy. I guess this is the right character for the party. HellCleave, technically lower in level, but higher in gear. HellCleave's gear rank would just be quadruple digits. Sorry, Lee, you don't have a 140. You'll get there eventually. Let's do some poses. So if I hit Alt and different buttons on the keyboard, for those not aware, just do random things. I can clap for Calvitium as he poses. We'll hit like Alt and 9, for example. Alt and 8. Face the camera a little more. The scary ones are the Alt and the F keys. Chat, you have no idea. Alt F4 scares me every time. Just like, I dare not press it. Yeah, high stream. There we go. I can pretend I have a weapon. Nope. I phased into the... Wait, what? Does everybody else's one do that? Why do I phase into the floor? Wait a minute. Why am I in the floor? Sega, I don't think it's supposed to work like that. Because I'm short. So yeah, we'll do a couple of revs. It's the blast processing, you're right. Wait, Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Is there no cap to the drop rate? Did they take off the drop rate? Oh, there's no cap on the event? Oh no. Oh, wait a minute, chat. This changes everything. Wait, there's no cap? It's supposed to cap at 154, by the way, according to the wiki. But it clearly went over 150. Oh no. Well, so much for taking a break, because that is not going to be fair. So remember those 35% drop rates I mentioned earlier? 200% would mean that it would be at 70%. If we somehow got to 300, which is not very realistic, by the way, but if we got close to 300, we would have a almost rare chance drop of just getting photon crystals, which is like a 1 in 300 or something, or lower. It might even be lower with just the rare chance. That would be really dumb. I'm just stating, chat, like those are better odds than stuff in hard mode, and very hard in some scenarios. Does the percentage increase with luck? So every time we complete a set of XRD, which in this case for the HBR, excuse me, let me clarify. There are 3 quests in the HBR. XRD 1, 2, and 4, corresponding to the massive attack. 1, 2, and 4 in the corresponding episodes. So 4 is in 4, for example. So if we complete each of them once, we get a set amount of points. I will hit /HBR when I'm not getting murdered, and it will showcase how many times we cleared. So because we did them in Ultimate, we get 6 points per clear. So you'll see the little ticker go around as I collect some items and move around. And this is to track which quests I need to do in order to balance out the ratio. So you see I played like a decent amount of Rev 1, divide that by 6, that's how many I played. Rev 2 is a little deceptive because I played very hard mode, which gives 4 points, and Rev 4 at 108. So because we've gotten 64 total points, which is the minimum points between all 3 of those, I had 21 to the drop rate. But I did not know there was no cap in this event. I don't remember that being listed anywhere. So that means that potentially next week, without doing anything, we're going to have nearly 200% drop rate. So anything that is basically... Wow, just wow, chat. Anything that's 50% is automatically 100. So Sinnohs will always drop items. And the only thing we're really struggling for is just the 35%ers. And some of the best items in the game are on the 35%ers. And again, we just removed it from the pool of consideration. So if you're ever curious, if you go on the Ephinea wiki and you hover on PC, unfortunately not on mobile, any of the percentages, it'll break down the base drop rate and the rare chance. You're a serious pack rat? Oh, you lose that real quick when you play Ultimate. In the beginning of the game, it makes sense. You're looking for items. Late game, you're like, no, it's all trash. You do not waste any time with that. That's how you could tell if you've been in Ultimate. If you stop for every item here in Ultimate, you would never complete a quest. You just gotta get to the point, you're like, you're gonna let go. I'm gonna let it stay on the floor forever. If I want money, there's better things I could do than pick up items for money. I'll pick them up at the end of the quest because it's free money, but midway through a quest, nah. Let it rot on the floor, chat. But there's our chance at more Cannon Rouges. Box runs, you're right. Man, so far no Cannon Rouges. Feeling a little unlucky here. But again, the more drop rate we get, the better it gets. I might as well Rifoe these boxes. Didn't get anything from that, unfortunately. Does drop percentage plus rare percentage equal big win? Right, so what'll happen is for some enemies, you only need as little as 20%, or like 25% drop rate, let's say, about, in order to completely remove that from the equation. So after that, only rare percentage would help you. Rare enemies, generally speaking, will always drop an item as long as they're inbound. Bosses are always going to drop something, even if it's terrible. So drop rate has no impact on those particular enemies. So common enemies like our Sand Rappy here, or these amazing Yaoi Satellite Lizard combos that have Photon Crystals, those are now going to drop a lot more. So we can kind of chip at both of their rare rates. It's very enemy dependent on which one is slightly better or not, but man, Rare Weak plus HBR is really overpowered. So I think this is going to be one of our best chances to unironically get Cycle 1. Because I didn't realize we could just keep going with the percentage. I really wish Ultimate Sentry Cast and the Underpack Rise embedded. No worries. My banks are always a mess. Okay, no enemy. Oh, enemies did spawn there. They're just very delayed. Debuff. So, yeah, generally speaking, if it's like a really commonly spammed enemy, they generally have lower drop rates. Because they try to balance it in the sense that if you're going to fight like 10, like the equivalency of like Goombas and Koopas in like Super Mario Brothers, you're not really going to get rewarded as often because the numbers should just pan out. Where some of the rarer enemies will have higher drop rates to compensate you not seeing them very often. That's the general rule of thumb. So if it feels like a mini boss, the drop rate is usually not the problem. If it's just some dumb Buddha here, it's probably drop rate that it's lacking. Like the Buddha here only is the 35% as an example. Astark is more like 50, I think. 50 plus. We'll check after the stream. I'm not currently farming anything from them, but more than 35, I'll put it that way. But more importantly, getting the drop rate up, Broccoli Dave, regardless if you're going for rares, means more techniques, more materials, more photon drops. So drop rate up actually can be just a really great time to farm anything. Like it almost doesn't matter. So if you're looking for techniques, it is a really good time to play. Because enemies will be consistent. Zoos here, for example, have an 80% drop rate. Versus here don't matter ever, so I don't know what the drop rates are. So yeah, drop rate's super, super good for that. But rare rate, however, if you're trying to go for, let's say, you know, your rare enemies and bosses, ooh, you'll see a lot of people doing TTF during rare rates and stuff like that. Exactly. So drop rate is just the chance for it to drop anything, with the exception being if it's an event item, they ignore the normal rules, blah, blah, blah. But the rare item up is whether or not you're going to see the actual listed rare. So one thing that ooh, Gracia, nice. So I think one thing that also confuses new players because of the color, and to be fair, it's because of the color. Photon drops are not rare items, with the exception of lower difficulties where they are listed as rare items. Like, for example, any one of these enemies can randomly give me a photon drop, even though that's not on the chart, because it's considered a tool, as in the same category as like a monomate. So if it would drop me a monomate, it could technically drop me a photon drop. And that applies to boxes as well. If it could drop a monomate and is not fixed to always drop a monomate, it could drop a photon drop. There's your fun fact. Deal with these enemies real quick. Heaven Striker, hey! Hey! HellCleave! Striking large. No hit? That's no problem. No hit, no problem. HellCleave, it's just another Ramarl. Nice. I was gonna say, it's more laser. There we go. The purpose of the run finally coming to fruition towards one of the final runs. The dark is nice for faults. Yeah, keep in mind, HellCleave, my Heaven Strikers are also Terra bad. So almost anything would be an upgrade. I do have 25 in dark, though, to be fair. So it's not like the worst thing ever. Yes, we got one of the nice rares. Thanks to the drop rate up. Oh, speaking of which, look at these Marissas getting nuked. Look at them, chat. Oh, take all that stack damage. Do I still got my... Oh, I got this on? Oh, this could fully merge. 4 damage. Don't care about Rabarda right now. We just went oops all fireball. Kill them faster, chat. Look at the damage. I think that was, what, 518 a fireball? Kinda sick. Okay, now I want a little bit of ice damage. That's okay. We can just fireball anyway. Who cares? Doesn't matter what the weakness is. Everything's weak to fire in the end. No way. HellCleave, who did you pay at Ephinea? Look at the damage. Look at his second Heaven Striker. He got another one. HellCleave making it rain. The secrets of the rare unlocked. I was gonna say, am I gonna have to do that? Are we gonna have to do that one clip? We just go like, ooh, baby, a triple. Like, we're almost there. Wow. HellCleave, living large. HellCleave, if you don't want one of those, I will buy one from you. I would just like name the price HellCleave, get your photon drops. Yeah, the rare week plus drop week. Now it's really paying off because I've been grinding the HBR. It could be higher still. It scales for basically ever. Oh, you needed 2 more? No worries, HellCleave. You keep it first, but if you did not want them, they were not leaving this game. I'm just stating. I mean, like, yeah, they're gonna be there. Disco Brave Man. No hit percentage though, disappointing. That's one of the backup rares. Wait, Storm Caliber with 50 hit? Wait, where? Wait, where? Hold on, I'm paying attention. Where is it? Hey, that's not too bad. It doesn't have triple stats, but I could make use of that later, maybe. Why would you need so many of the same weapons? Exactly, swap characters. So he might have Ramarls at different IDs, so he might not be able to play him. It gets very annoying micromanaging like 20 items and making sure your share bank has all the right space, logging in and out. So potentially, you know, swapping between characters costs you like 5+ minutes because you're trying to get everything cleaned up and then you gotta re-equip. You gotta log out of the game and log into 2 different games. It's not like great time spent. The people do it for convenience. Convenience at almost any price, honestly. Yeah, the damage is just out of control. I'm doing 518 with the Gaboe because I decided to be a bit more serious. Just showing you the difference of the fireball damage. Doing 471 a fireball. That is a lot of damage. So just imagine 3 people, Broccoli Dave, with Fireball doing 500+ damage. And then realize they only have 3k health. Most of the endgame is farming for higher hit weapons, but early on better to have many, so less swaps. Exactly. So sometimes it's okay to use like the hand-me-down weapons. Like for example, if you got like 130 hit weapon, but you have a lot of zeros, and you have a character like a Ramarl or a Ramarl, they generally don't need the 30 hit. So they could be a bit more efficient. So lower 30? Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Broccoli Dave. And I think this character's not even the strongest at it. I'm not sure how much you're aware of that, or if you've seen our discussion on the classes before, Broccoli Dave. But the Faux Newman completely outdamages this character. Faux Newman right now would probably be doing like 620. Maybe 650. Their damage is not to be underestimated. Yeah, we have a discussion on like beginning characters, who's good solos, etc., etc. Oh, congrats also, HellCleave, I think, on the level up. Oh, congratulations, TheCalvitium, on the level up. And I'll be saying congratulations to myself in just a moment. So I know I don't have to use a tri-fluid here at all, because I'll get it next room. Monomate, don't need that. Disco Liberator, nah. GG's all level ups. HellCleave going back for the Disco Liberator. Ooh, D-Band wore off. I'll have to fix that later. I'll wait for the team. If anyone wants a 30-hit one, nah, that's okay. Yeah, as I said before, Broccoli Dave, we come across rares we would never use, so never be afraid to ask. Sometimes it's just literally, it's just there. We're just literally gonna let it rot on the floor. So if there's something you want, and you're like, oh, I want the Disco Liberator, I'll go back for you, Broccoli Dave. But for me, I'm like, I don't care. I want to hold it in my inventory, unless someone is guaranteed to take it. Nice level up, so I got all my TP back, and I'm doing about 1 more damage of Fireball. Maybe 2, depending on where my MST was previously. But you can see we're just nuking everything. Event eggs. Oh. Serious mode. Oh, and everything's gonna get Gaboed here. Oh no, chat. Everything's weak to fire in this wave. Oh no. They're melting. Goodbye, wave. You'll take whatever, of course. Ooh, ending theme disc. Well, HellCleave, I guess if you have that 30 hit. If you do not put it in the other room, I will pick it up. Yeah, we have a lot of spare... We're not going to call them top tier things, but they will get you through very hard if you could get them. Not here for the items, just like the content. That's fair. Let's get a heal out to the group. Where is... Oh, there we go. Debuff time. But I will take the items, yeah. It's fair. As you see before, like, I don't pick anything up in that item reader. Unless I see, like, a 50 hit. Then I get excited. Although sometimes I miss the 50 hit and I feel bad later. I have done that a couple times. I'm like, oh, should have looked a little more closely. Or I get baited and I think it's a 50 hit, but it's like 3. It looks weird in the item reader. That makes me the most sad. When you pay attention just for the game to heartbreak you. Hit is like accuracy, so every point of hit is 1 point of ATA, and that can let you go over your normal cap. So let's say, for example, you are the Fomar with a cap of 163 accuracy, and you have a 50 ATA weapon, then you've automatically added 50 on top of that. So your sad 163 will actually be like Hunter level ATA, if not like more like Rockhouse ATA. So it is super good. It's one of the best stats to get on weapons. Some weapons you can add hit to with photon crystals. Those are the enemy part weapons. Otherwise, once you get it, you can't really upgrade it, which makes it kind of annoying. I really wish you could upgrade it. Let's try again, says HellCleave. Weapons do add to the stats. So the number in the parentheses, for your information properly, Dave, is your base stats, which includes units, which is confusing, and materials, and mag. And the number on the left is your adjusted by non-stacking numbers, like weapons. Okay, I'm gonna guess fire and hope this is right. Well, HellCleave is moving. Good sign. HellCleave survived the challenge. Oh, scammered him. So brutal. But yeah, if you were to put like a heavenly power on and it adds 55 to ATP, it adds it to the parentheses, believe it or not. So you cannot overcap your ATP with it. I did not get invincibility. That is so unlucky. Well, chat helped me out on that one. I was kind of out of luck, to be honest. Ooh, I'm not close enough to help with this. Hopefully they could kill it in time. So depending on what color spinner you kill, Broccoli Dave, to explain the boss mechanic, yellow is the shortest amount of time, orange is in between, red gives you a lot of time. So if you kill a yellow one, someone has to be really close, or we have to go another phase. And add items to get better, sort of. As I said before, if you put a heavenly power on, that will get affected by the cap. That's your base. There are exceptions to the rule, which don't make any sense. Like, weapons and armor that add stats, for example, ignore the cap. So if an armor adds ATP, it goes over cap. Because reason. I'm gonna keep walking, because that shouldn't hit me as long as I keep moving. Yeah, it's weird. Just, we'll call it PSO things. Oh, we are destroying this boss. I'm gonna go ahead and heal people. Oh, I'm getting stun locked with the spinners. So annoying. No, I got hit again. I feel like I'm being targeted very hard by this boss, by the way. I think every spinner and missile hit me. That was brutal. Yeah, the spinners are really bad because they interrupt my ability to spellcast at all. Sure, I'll donate. I feel like HellCleave, its health was so low, you probably could have just shot it with Spread Needle. It's not the final phase, unfortunately. So you'll know if we're in the final phase or not if it goes to 2552 in the monster reader. That's how you can also track how many things you popped, whether you did it correctly or not. Now the boss is gonna come over here. We're gonna donate. Oof. Oh no. Oh, fortunately Scaped all saved. Murphy got cheesed by the boss during the Mag Blast. Feel like this is just ultimate though. Feel like it hopped on very hard. It wouldn't be nearly this bad. Boss is actually kind of that bad. Bosses are kind of ridiculous. They are much easier in episode 1 in lower difficulties compared to high difficulties, but episode 4 boss cares not for your feelings. It's the same mechanics. It's gonna be like, yeah, get good or die. I hope you have enough stats or healing to get through this. AKA, I hope you're not a cast. I don't know what you would do with this as a cast, solo cast. Do we bother doing one more? It's kind of tight on the timer. I'll leave that to group call. We only have 12 ticks left. Took about 15 to complete the quest. If not, we'll move on to a different episode. I mean, clearly HellCleave has won the lottery. HellCleave didn't even get disconnected by the boss. What ridiculousness. Oh, it's on. Oh, I slightly misread that. I thought that was a 50 unidentified caliber. I mean, it's still good, but be better. We could one more. Okay, we'll do it quick then. I'm gonna put away some of my items and we'll keep going. The forces are so good here. Worth a try? Sure, we'll go for it. I mean, like, so far we have not managed to get a Cannon Rouge out of this quest, which to me is insane. It shouldn't be as hard as the Heaven Striker. 13 beats is 17 minutes. It is a long quest, though. Alright, I'll try to go quick. No more items, let's just go. I'll join the party. So we'll say goodbye to episode 4. As soon as the even beat is over, we'll move on. So yeah, Rare Week currently adds 25% base rare chance. Forecast is not in my favor. That rotates daily. That goes to droids and males. I am neither. We'll get wrecked. So that gives me potentially 2 extra percent. So Calvitium live in the 127% rare rate right now. Go ahead and do our final Exerd Rev 4. And I guess maybe we'll do Rev 2, question mark? Because that should basically buff everybody's HBR, since apparently there's no cap. So I have no reason not to keep scaling it, question mark? Yeah, because I have a lot of 1 clears. Anyway, we're gonna go on the pure damage strategy of Magical Piece, which is 30% to Kafoi, plus the Kafoi Merge, which is 30% to Kafoi, plus Ignition Cloak, which is 10% to all fire spells, including Kafoi. So our damage is pretty good. We're doing 567 right now. Is this episode 1? Oh, no. This is episode 4. Confusingly, it's the same ship from episode 1, aka they really wanted to reuse the assets. So the shopkeepers and things are the same. The NPCs are slightly different, because it's a different point in the story. Also, I never debanded, but I guess if we never get hit, it doesn't matter? Question mark? Need to apply Shifta next time. There we go. Helvetium's the only one that super needs the Shifta. Everybody else, I guess it's nice. They don't need it for a while. Unfortunately, Zalor does not help with the laser damage, so the Force does not have a lot of synergy with this particular group. However, they are super good at shutting down enemy damage. Zon level 20, Rabarda level 15. I guess I'll pick them up if you want them. Rabarda 15 is pretty solid for Broccoli Dave, potentially. I almost got baited by the shiny. I was like a moth towards the light. I told myself, don't go towards it. Jellin helps lessen laser damage. Did you like that dodge, by the way, Broccoli Dave? I don't know if you caught that. When I saw the door spawn, I just noped. I just immediately turned around. No knockdowns means more laser. True, I guess. Yeah, I just saw the door spawn and I turned around. I saw it on the monster reader before it visually showed up, and I was like, oh, right. Just go Brave Man no hit. I mean, I barely knew dodging was a thing in this game. Yeah, there's a lot of little manipulations you can do. You kind of need to know this if you want to try challenge mode. Like, you need to be able to more or less no-hit challenge mode because you have a limited amount of resources. So it's definitely intended that you finish your combo with a power swing to knock them away, or you purposely circle them on, like, their bad side. They're more likely to drop lots of event eggs. They're more likely to drop the hit. Every enemy has kind of like a strong side, weak side in particular in episode 1. But yeah, you're not really going to learn that unless you're a hunter, because the hunter forces you to learn the game, and the ranger is just kind of like, haha, I have shooty gun. It's just, you don't have to learn any mechanic and beat the game as ranger. Like, sorry to call out rangers, but when you have a shotgun, like, what other mechanic do you need? You learn that shotgun beats everything. Mechanic learned. They're like shotgun OP. It's so true though. But yeah, once you are forced to play like a really squishy character or a hunter, then you gotta learn the game. Hunter is a way of life, exactly. You gotta dedicate yourself, especially as the enemies get faster for difficulty, which is really not super relevant for the ranger, but for the hunter, it's like, oh no, everything I learned is a lie. Hello, Gray. Yeah, we're all living the Humar life, deep down inside. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of levels with her. Calvitium's like, I'll get there. Get a heal going. Debuff, debuff. Ooh, the paralysis. It's already over. Event egg. Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, I will say, though, from the standpoint of Broccoli, if you don't have a solid shotgun, early on when you're first getting a character, Partisan actually kind of nice. It's like one of the only melee weapons I liked as a ranger, because it also had like good base damage. Supersonica is here. It's this at Supersonica20. Welcome, Supersonica. Hope you're doing well. We have HellCleave with us with the bazillions of Heaven Strikers. Yeah, the AoE plus the range, Broccoli Dave. 50-hit Vulcan dropped? Oh, on my screen. Nice. Where's it at? I see it now that it moved in the text. Hold on. Good call out from the chat. So, hey, Broccoli Dave, remember how before... Oh, you dropped it? Oh, somebody dropped it. I'm confused where it is. Is it near Calvitium? Confused. I mean, I'll go back for it. I don't super need the 50 hit. But it would be nice. Did it come with any percents? If it came with any percent... Oh, just 40. Okay. Not bad, not bad. See, those are items. We'll all talk about it. Yeah, so the Partisan, I feel, hits really far forward. Yeah, I got a couple purchases from the shop, but I don't think I have one for every character. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to do that for every force I have, but, like, for my hunters, I actually don't have enough. I'm, like, 1 or 2 shy of having everybody with charge at 50. But that means, for the other charge hits that are not quite to the same par, like if they're 45 hit, for example, this be a free item for Broccoli Dave later. Get the free hand-me-down. Don't want anything for it. So once we're done with this, Broccoli Dave, I will bring in junk items, and we'll get you situated if you are interested. Otherwise, we'll keep going with runs, because I've been hoarding some items for a while. Pick up these Macetas. Usually what I like to do is I'll hold enough for my own characters, but then I'll do giveaways during events. We did that pretty much like every Christmas and anniversary event. Charge is powerful because there's no cap on Maceta. There is a cap on Maceta, actually. You can only hold so much at a time. Even in the share bank, there is a limit. It's not likely you'll hit the share bank limit, but personal limit is actually kind of easy to hit, unfortunately. But the reason it's good is because it is basically an easy multiplier to all your damage. Yeah, so like imagine if you hit for like 80 on a normal strike. The damage is just phenomenal. I forget the exact multiplier. Is it 3.36 or is it more? It's a lot of damage. I'm gonna put it that way. And just imagine every shot doing so much more. It's kind of hard to compete with it. In fact, I'm gonna go back for that power material. The Broccoli Dave, if you needed some power materials, because you just don't care what you get. Oh, 3.33. Oh, I was close. I thought it had a weird number to it, but I guess maybe it's even. So just imagine, Broccoli Dave, if I dropped you, let's say, hypothetically, 60 power materials, that would be 120 ATP, whatever character you consume it on. So then imagine that extra damage translating into charge. Now all that ATP is just being funneled and killing everything. Or we're waiting on Murphy. We'll identify this later. Calvitium says he's hard carried. He has no idea about these things. We're slowly teaching Calvitium while teaching other players. It's all good. Get some debuffs here. I'm gonna go for a little grand stun lock here while the chat is ready. There we go. Well, I know it's gonna be Gorons into Pyros. You reckon you'd be a force to be reckoned with? I imagine so. Put it this way. Roughly every 3 materials is like gaining a level. So imagine just getting like 100 power materials. And then you just walk around just stomping everything. If you had any melee weapons you wanted to use earlier, the minimum ATP requirement is going to be a tee-hee funny joke. like, okay, I guess I'll use it. Unfortunately, Rangers, you have to get a lot of accuracy, so you need things that pump your accuracy, like God Arm or Heavenly Arms. You get early access to guns. But hey, once you got it, you got it. And after that, it's ATP Central. Let's get some debuffs down. Heal everybody. I know they're going to spawn at the far end of the room, so I'm going to lean more to the right and circle around for the Pyro Goron, or excuse me, Goron Detonator far end. I had the right monster in mind. I said the wrong name. Oh, well, now he's just trolling. You know what? If he wants to troll, I'm going to meme get him. I think it worked. I think I killed him with meme get. It had a 2% chance to insta-kill. That's so stupid. Thank you, meme good. You perk me up whenever you work when you're not supposed to. It's fine. Oh, they teleported out. No almighty statue for me. Need to get level 24? No, I don't care. Ooh. That damage. Goodbye. Checking the time, we got 4 beats left in the clock. So we're maybe really tight. But we should at least get through most of the rooms. And I'm a decent backup for the boss. I could do some damage to the boss. Bowie level 20? Or pick that up. Why not, chat? No teleport for you. Get out of here. Oh, wow, I'm at max fluid usage. I've been picking them up fairly regularly. It's just kind of funny to be in a match where I actually get fluids. Am I getting Secret Santa again? Or is this actually happening? I'm actually getting fluids in this episode. Like, it's so rare for me to be at 10 try fluids right now, and I've been spamming pretty much the whole match without adepts. Okay, we'll pick up 1 divinity armor for later. Skip doll's not bad. That mid-air freeze. Goodbye. Goodbye, the room. Hey, where's that skate doll? Oh. Blocked by the weapon. I was curious. Okay. actually have too many Scape Dolls. I mean, I'll bring another one with me because I want it, but I realized I was up to 7. It's a little excessive. Even for me, 7's a lot. That is a big commitment in my inventory space. FOE 28 could be useful. Broccoli Dave mentioned potentially being a force in the future. The 29 I'll probably use because TheCalvitium gives it to me. Not on this specific character, but in like 2 weeks, it will see use. FOE 20, another event egg. I think we've been getting decent drops overall, thanks to the drop rate. Drop to 20 if anyone wants. I can't hold it. Oh, actually, I already have a 20. Come on. Like, literally, even in my inventory, I picked it up already. Forgot. Goldfish moment right there. Go this way. Yeah, I'm just looking for some simple hand-me-down techs. It's another tri-fluid. Chat, am I gonna end this run at full fluid, despite using like 7? Monstrous. Oh, I thought this was the final area. Oops. Ramarl has found Heaven Striker. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. So we're gonna give a salute to the even beats. You saw R was mad for a second. The eternal rage. Oh no. Uh-oh, where's HellCleave? We're murdering in the room already. Wait a little bit on the zoo. Photon Crystal, nice. Calvitium. Get some buffs in for HellCleave. You have troll luck, but not that much as HellCleave. Almost like Calvitium again. Goodbye, Marissa's. Go ahead, body slam me. Fools, I was the decoy all along. Yeah, you're gonna walk up to them 98 EDK enemy and just kill him with Mean Good. Oh, was that a level... What? Is that level 30 Jellin? Hold on. Hold on. Real? 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 Oh, 22. What? Wait, what? It is real. Okay, it is real. It's confusing. There were 2 Jellins in the room. I was like, I feel like I got betrayed. Okay, I'm gonna drop a Disco Brayman because it's got no stats. Whatever. Jellin 30 actually kind of a big pickup. I don't think I have any of those. I can't pick up the Scape Doll, Chad. I'm literally out of space. I can't afford anything else. I want it, but I don't want it that badly. I'm gonna keep these Jellin 30s and Gafoe 20s. So I managed to actually get a pickup for a Future Force for myself, so that's actually kind of big. I already have 4 Scape Doll drops. I can't take any more though, I'm tapped. Look at how many Scape Dolls I have. I can't even use fluids to free up the slot. I'm picking them up too quickly. Speaking of which, how's my Synchro doing? 120, 200? Nice. Marissa's? Forget. Zeus? Oh, that's fine too. I almost had the Sunlock. I was close. Needed like one more step. If I didn't Rabarta there, I would have had it. I just wasn't sure. I felt the panic of Marissa. Let's debuff, debuff. We'll take the fireballs here. Big time save. Oh no, the even beat. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, even beat. It's all down to me now. I will be the Lizard Slayer. Event eggs though, kind of nice. Nice. They have officially been debuffed. Good luck, team. I was gonna say, I felt like we were lacking Gafoe, so I started casting on the previous wave. Seemed to be a good call. Okay, that should kill all the Marissas. Well, actually, no. The other ones are too far for me. Okay, they should die eventually. There we go. It would have been a more accurate statement. Nice paralysis. Love to see it. Got the freeze for even more accuracy. I love that the paralysis and freeze evasion lowering stacks. That's so sick. That is so sick and so unfair. I just watched like my chance to hit them go to like all specials. Kind of nasty. Get it nasty. Get a little stun lock action here. No, heal. Restore. France. Nice. Okay, rebuff the team. Go back for HellCleave. Not leaving a buff behind. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have a drum roll for HellCleave. The final episode 4 of the night. Will he make it through the boss teleport? Ready for HellCleave. I'm gonna guess Fireball. Let's see if I guess right. I guessed right. Hello, Scamberden. Well, I'm gonna be spamming Gafoe. So goodbye, every enemy near me. Oh wait. It's Thunder. Thunder. Scamberden. Scamberden's Thunder. That's fine. Gafoe still did some damage. There should be good. One more Gafoe, or Razan should get rid of everything. There we go. Now I get to play the game. There we go. Just had to swap it up a little bit. Get trolled by the ice resistance on this part. Slash prey. Did you hit me during your cutscene? That was rude. Look at my health in the upper left. The boss hit me during the cutscene. How am I supposed to... I can't do anything about that. What a cheater. What a cheater. Anyway, let's use some dye fluids. If we use up all of our dye fluids, that'll let me pick up one more item at the end. And even if I don't find anything too crazy, it's still probably better to do that. So we should be able to leave it on lightning. I guess I'll put 3 seals here. I see another Scape Doll. I can't pick it up. But I see the Scape Doll. It's true. The thoughts and prayers went to HellCleave on that one. A nice little debuff going here. Fine, we'll rest a little bit. Now, I guess technically if I had something like a Resta boost, I could probably heal from behind the rock, but I feel like I kind of need our damage here. It's better for me to just spam Razan. Because I could keep the team alive and also damage. Razan is pretty easy to hit the cores consistently. Ooh, missed it by 1 shot. Close. I have Mag Invincibility though. That's TheCalvitium should just melee it a couple times and then we'll move to the final phase. I will not donate if he uses Back Blast. I'm not donating. It's not the final phase. You can get the buffs from that though. Yeah, I was like, nah. Anytime it doesn't have 2552, now it does. If I don't see that magic number in the reader, I don't touch anything. Okay, I should walk away from the center, because that'll make me take more damage from the follow-up attack. Well, that was just rude. That was just rude. Let's move over to the left, because the enemy will spawn there eventually. There we go. Let's actually dolphin this time. Let's see how much I do. A lot. Goodbye. So anyway, Force is finally able to use their Mag Blast for damage. GG. But it's not like they really benefit from my Loyula, unless you're really low level. Goodbye, boss. Dellen 28, get out of here. Oh, Murphy's excited. Heavenly ability? Oh, Dragon Scale, my bad. Wrong boss. That's still pretty good. Nice. For those not aware, that is a mag item that you could feed to a very specific mag to create a mag called the Telesius, which gives invincibility, which is super solid. It also has some small bonuses, like you get additional, I think, attack speed, light and dark resistance while wielding Excalibur. It's really specific. I don't really know the lore behind the item, to be honest with you, but people will get it just for the invincibility, honestly. Leave that there. Yeah, the extra 5%, exactly. The other ones are just kind of like, it's nice. We're gonna identify a couple of handguns. Maybe we'll give a few to Broccoli Dave in the downtime. Let's put away the wall of scapegoats. I don't need them. We'll identify them properly. Here's also the biggest troll for new players. This stupid identifier / appraiser. So if he doesn't give us 50%, we cancel. Oh, he gave us 50 on the first try? Good. So we'll take a look at one of the stats. So you can see at the bottom, 20% hit. If he does not say 30% hit, we reject him. We basically shake him and go, try harder. Oh, see that 20%? Not good. That's why you gotta cancel it. He could be robbing you of the 10% of glory. He gave us worse? No, well, now you're just hustling me, appraiser. You sure? There we go. 30 hit. 30 hit stag. I'll take it if you don't want a TheCalvitium. I'll give it to a new player. Not a bad item. Put this in the share bank. So we'll have a few minutes of downtime if Broccoli Dave is able to do it. Do the redos get different stats? Indeed they do. So he tried giving me a 15% hit MN60 Vice, and I just hit cancel, and he's like, you still have to pay. And I'm like, I hate you, but I will still pay to get the better item. So make sure, look at the item before you identify it. Here's the rule of thumb. I don't know if I have an item to demonstrate. Maybe I do. So here's an example. So as Murphy saying, he could give you either 35% hit in this example, or 15% hit. So we could go up and haggle with him until he gives us what I want. So we'll haggle one more time. The Monkey King bar being super nice. $30, not good enough. You can do all this without the add-ons, right? Yep. You have to hit the menu to go over each time. But yeah. Oh, I identified it by accident. Oh, that sucks. I looked away. Oh well, rip 5 attack or hit from it. Oh well. Still decent. Rip. At least it was +5. It wasn't minus. We're good. Do I need any of this on me? Probably not. Non-rare weapons, you can also change what action special you get. How much downtime is the downtime? Like 15 minutes, TheCalvitium. Why? I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna give items to potentially Broccoli Dave, if you're around Broccoli Dave. And then we're gonna take a short break, because I've been streaming going on almost 3 hours, and we're gonna be doing at least another 3. Let's end in the quest. Where do you go? No worries. We'll wait until we see what we're doing for what character I'll change to. Episode 2. Just gonna lay that in real quick, HellCleave. It's gonna be episode 2. So let's bring in our spare character. After we go and hand in the quest. Get the points, then we ult backspace. Okay, so Broccoli Dave, if you are an Ephinea, I'm gonna make a normal game called Ziggy. The password will be King, and all you have to do is join it, and we'll just see what random items I have on me. I have become S-Bank. I'm a secret character. I love how it's like, welcome to Ephinea, because I'm level 1. I'm like, I guess. I mean, I guess you're welcome. I'm gonna leave it on normal. Any character can join. So we're going on the secret adventures of S-Bank with his no items. What a magical journey. Would you suggest running extras on normal to get the boost meter up? It's a really tough call, because again, it really depends on your gear. So it's really hard for me to say. If you have decent gear, it's probably better to just keep progressing for the most part, or try to do episode 4 on a lower difficulty. But like, if you're on very hard, you can just do episode 4 hard. You got decent stuff. Gnarly Q. HellCleave is here. Welcome, HellCleave. I'm going to give you... Sure, Random Jaya. Dragon Slayer, why not? Let's go Brayman, I don't need... 15-hit Rionov? Sure, we'll give you one of those. That cutlery with 30% hit. That and Chainsword? Yeah, we'll give some random stuff. I guess I could give up 30 hits, that cutlery. It's kind of a funny weapon. Guilty Light is my secret pleasure. I'll never get rid of that item. I should get rid of it, but one day. Actually, I have a bit less in here than I thought. I guess I haven't moved everything over to the spare character yet. Oh, I have a lot of hero abilities. Let me just give them all to you, honestly. I don't need them. So we're just gonna dump it all on the floor. Hero abilities are just like 10 to everything. It's kind of like it's an like okay unit. I just don't need them. Let me check my normal bank real quick to see if I got some slightly better things. Ooh, a 30 hit Guilty Light, that is a secret fave. Let's give you the 50 hit charge and random red handgun, sure. Ooh. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be really nice. I'm gonna give a frozen shooter away. That one hurts me a little to give up, but I think I could do better. I'll give up one god ability, one PB create, one cure shock, one heavenly battle. I think that's okay. We'll give you some real basic techs if you're playing a character later that needs them. There's a lot of random spells. Well, I mean, we don't need that many cure shocks. Alright, so this is kind of like the trifecta. To have fun with all these items. Frozen Shooter, you may want to just keep on your person at all times. There's a god ability, PB create, a heavenly battle, you'll probably want that on at all times. And enough decent-ish techs. Big enough. There you go, item galore. You didn't have like 5 extra from tour farming. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't end up with a ton of frozen shooters. I have like 1 spare. There we go. Yeah, that heavenly battle is gonna speed up your attack power, or not attack power, your attack speed much faster. So much stuff. Oh, where are you going, Gnarly Q? Because eventually I'll leave game, and then I'll go on a short break. Yeah, there's still 3 items over here. I'll circle them. All yours. I'll fall down dead on them. And let's give a little bit of boost here. Make our Meseta in the bank even. Here you go. This is gonna help a lot. That way you can purchase whatever you want in the stores. You will return. So if you want to do those 1K gambles we talked about on one of our streams, now you can do like 200 of them if you wanted. So now you have the power to decide what you want to do with the money. But I think for now, we're going to head out from this particular one. I'm going to slash the bank to the right bank. I want to shoot it at monsters, something like that. Yeah, we're going to let Broccoli Dave enjoy that big power-up. I don't have like a lot of god arms. I don't know who has them. If I find out which character's character bank has it, I will give away the god arms. I have enough heavenly arms. I don't care if I have them still or not. Because I got like 6 floating heavenly arms. They're just on my Hue cast at the moment. Let's chat a little bit, and then we'll take a formal break. And we'll pause the recording. Gotta sort through all the stuff, but we'll have a good time. Well, that's definitely a good head start. Frozen Shooter, quite nice. That is going to be your weapon of choice for shutting down most 1v1 encounters with the special that basically never misses, ignores height, and will cheese a lot of enemies. That is the crowd control of your dreams, along with Spread Needle. So, how do we feel the runs have gone so far today? Well, HellCleave is still basically up there in the winners. I think Broccoli Dave is still the biggest winner. You got Frozen Shooter by going to the lobby. Truly blessed RNG. But no, I think everybody's been getting a lot of eggs, and shoutouts again to TheCalvitium for getting V501, V101, and all those items in the previous stream. But we're gonna take a short break here. Took 3 characters at Ultimate before getting a Frozen Shooter. Exactly. See, just watch somebody that streams. So we'll give hand-me-downs every now and then. But I think we're gonna take a short break. We're not gonna be gone forever, so stick around. However, when it comes to the VOD, you should know the server by now, just ask you about all the free stuff. When it comes to the VOD, it's time to say goodbye to YouTube, chat. So if you did watch to this point, thank you, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.